Yeah, no love from me. Yeah, I can't show nobody fake love, cause I've been in my bag lately, getting cash, baby. So don't you act like you been here from day one. Graduated from a simp, turned into a big boss. Now she see me getting rich, cause I'm about to take off. Yeah, my life is like a movie, this is only take one. Yeah, and I ain't got no time for no one with fake love. Where the love go? I don't know, but I need something that's for real. She just want designer red bottoms in the hills, California. She just want the limelight, gold digger. She gon' see me when the time's right. Heard that little boy was trying to play me. Heard he talking crazy, now he coming to congratulate the kid. I think it's funny how they try to hide the hate and be the first to smile up in your face and show you all this fake love. I can't stand the fake love. Where the love go? Where they go? Where the love go? I can't stand the fake love. Where the love go? Where they go? I can't show no love, can't show no love. No love from me. Yeah, I can't show nobody fake love, cause I've been in my bag lately, getting cash, baby. So don't you act like you been here from day one. Graduated from a simp, turned into a big boss. Now she see me getting rich, cause I'm about to take off. Yeah, my life is like a movie, this is only take one. Yeah, and I ain't got no time for no one with fake love. Where the love go? Tell me where the love went. She don't care unless it benefits her budget, and I can tell she only in it for the gold. She gon' have to learn to get it on her own. Tell me why the boy was talking on me like he was sweet, then turn around and try to doubt me when we up in the street. I can't show no love for a hater, a traitor. Showing fake love, see you later. I can't stand the fake love. Where the love go? Where they go? Where the love go? I can't stand the fake love. Where the love go? Where they go? I can't show no love, can't show no love. No love from me. Yeah, I can't show nobody fake love, cause I've been in my bag lately, getting cash, baby. So don't you act like you been here from day one. Graduated from a simp, turned into a big boss. Now she see me getting rich, cause I'm about to take off. Yeah, my life is like a movie, this is only take one. Yeah, and I ain't got no time for no one with fake love.
My heart breaks when you call my phone. Why can't you just leave me alone? Just leave me alone. Hey. My heart breaks when you call my phone. Why can't you just leave me alone? I can't escape the way you made me feel. You made me feel. Hey. My heart breaks when you call my phone. Why can't you just leave me alone? I can't escape the way you made me feel. You made me feel so I'm trapped out. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I'ma fall in the back of my coupe. Shout out to my brother in that coat. Ayy, ayy. I got two damn phones. Call me Kevin Gates. Get these bands, lock them up, put them in a race. Don't need no safe. We get all our feelings change. Don't feel the same. No, I don't wanna feel this way. I can't escape, you know, no. My heart is racing, no, no. You took my place and I can't take it back, no, take it back. My heart breaks when you call my phone. Why can't you just leave me alone? I can't escape the way you made me feel. You made me feel, ayy. My heart breaks when you call my phone. Why can't you just leave me alone? I can't escape the way you made me feel. You made me feel, ayy.
Yes, I out of eyes tryna put me on a t-shirt. Shorty want me so bad, do your knees hurt? Yeah, I'm counting paper guap in my beamer, yeah, yeah. Choice. If you want one, there you coming with a paper. I ain't texting shorty back, see you later. Yeah, you catch me on that gas, I'm a racer, yeah. Yeah, little shawty, So like, why you trying to stop me? Yeah, hey, nobody finna come and body me. I know what you want, but you ain't gonna come top me. What? Yeah, I gotta check. I'm finna cop Balenciagas. Yeah, I'm living with no stress. I don't gotta carry choppers. Purple Corvette, now I'm riding with your daughter. Gucci camo vest, quit the plotting, I'ma stop you. Yeah, I've been riding with a gang. I've been shot up with a thing. I've been rolling with the same shawty. Hey, I ain't capping every lane. Ain't nobody stop my game. Shawty wanna make it rain with me. Yes, I out of eyes tryna put me on a t-shirt. Shorty want me so bad, do your knees hurt? Yeah, I'm counting paper guap in my beamer. In my beamer, yeah. Choice. If you want one, then you coming with a paper. I ain't texting shawty back, see you later. Yeah, you catch me on that gas, I'm a racer, yeah.
I gotta watch my back, probably pack my bag. You're like a computer crash, baby. I was wrong, so she left me. Now I'm down on my left knee, but I'm gone in a jet speed. Get around like a 10-speed. I gotta watch my back, probably pack my bags. You're like a computer crash, baby. Well, maybe it's not that bad. Pretend like I'm not that sad. She only know how to make me mad. You don't know a damn thing. 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 Baby, that's a damn shame. 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 I can't rock with that. I can't rock with that. You just hold me back and it makes me mad. I can't rock with that. I can't rock with that. You just hold me back and it makes me mad. I gotta watch my back, probably pack my bags. You're like a computer crash, baby. Well, maybe it's not that bad. Pretend like I'm not that sad. She only know how to make me mad. How to make me mad. I bet she does it with ease. I bet she does it to tease. Somehow she got in my dreams. I'm a nightmare. This ain't how I used to see. I guess it wasn't to be. Not everything's what it seems. Making that clear. I think I saw the devil in her eyes. I sink, I fall. This happens every time. Go ahead and call upon another guy. This is way, way, way too much for me. The demons keep her company. I gotta watch my back, probably pack my bags. You're like a computer crash, baby.
I'm a storm that beats the moon. I'm the sun that will not move. Who you think you are? Who you think you
Hello everybody, my name is Simdog and welcome back to some RSC action here on this wonderful but freezing cold Thursday night. And tonight we are here for some prospect action starting off the stream. And of course I am joined by the wonderful Tavish. How are we doing?
I'm doing fantastic. First time casting RSC this year, and I can finally cast together with you, Simdog. In the time that I've been with RSC, we've never had the pleasure. And now we can do it here, and like you said, we're starting off with some prospect action.
Yeah, we are, but this isn't going to be the only game that me and you are casting between the two of us. We're actually going to be doing this first game here on stream, Tartarus versus Palmis, but we're also going to be doing the match after this one too, you Robert and Journeyman in Rival. Then you've got another Rival matchup after that to finish off the stream tonight. So a lot of Rival gameplay, but we're kicking off with Prospect, of course. Tartarus versus Palmis. Now let's take a quick look at the Prospect standings here. I mean, you can see Rogue clear at the top, but down the bottom is where we are heading, 7th and 8th. It's going to be a close game in this one, Tavish. I mean, Palmis, they haven't won a single series all season long.
No, they definitely had a difficult season so far, but they're not at the bottom yet. Even though they haven't won, they still got some draws, some losses here and there, but they still managed to be in that competition for top 6 to claim something. And Tartarus, who's just underneath them, only a 1-win difference there. So this could prove a very interesting series.
It could be. Of course, you do have Palmis on a 4-game advantage right now. They've played their other series already. This, I believe, is Tartarus's first series of the week. So these next 4 games, they could be extremely crucial. And as you said, there is only 1 game separating them right now. So a win here for Tartarus will put them back above Palmis and up into 7th. So plenty of goals coming out for Palmis, but the saves, they're just not matching up, are they? I mean, it's going to be basically one end to the other, I'm assuming. You can't really expect too much from either side. I mean, you know that Merits, he's been on streamcasting before. I know that he's not happy with his performances and the team's performances so far in the season, as it has been so long. I mean, he himself has played 20, sharing the game time with Damumu. But then Crispy and Deadpool, they're getting some goals, but it's just not enough right now.
No, and with that, you're definitely, like you said, Merits, maybe not too happy with the team performance, but on both sides we could see that there are 2 players really carrying in either shots or saves, and the other 2 just filling the gaps. And I think today it's going to be an interesting one to see who of the 2 will step up, who will bring the stronger roster. Like you said, Merits and Damumu doing a lot of work there, but Melty Crispy having a lot of assists, a lot of saves are also to his name. And then if you look on the other side, you have Stork and Taga, who are doing a lot of defensive work. So I think we can see some defensive masterclasses here, but to see who can break each other's defense down the fastest and most of the time, that's going to be an interesting one.
And interesting, of course it's going to be. It's 7th versus 8th, only one game separating them right now. But before we head into the first series on stream tonight, what are your predictions going into this one, Tavish?
Well, I have a very interesting prediction, I think, here for most people. I'm thinking Tartarus is going to win this one, but I think it's going to be a dominant win with them going 4-0 over Palmis. But what is your prediction here, Simdog?
So it's along similar sorts of lines. It's again a Tartarus win I'm going for here tonight. I'm going for a 3-1 win. So Palmis, I think they'll get 1 game, but it won't be enough. And then Tartarus, they'll end the night going back above Palmis and up into 7th, potentially where they might believe that they belong. But yeah, 3-1 is my prediction here.
Yeah, so both thinking at least a Tartarus win here. And I think any Palmis fans, they're thinking, you have to be wrong here. The team's gonna prove otherwise, because they are in 7th, Tartarus is below them. But like you said in the beginning, Palmis already have that advantage. Or well, not really advantage, but they've played 4 more games, so there's a little bit of a difference there. Maybe if Palmis wins today, they can extend that lead. But Tartarus, they're in a really good spot to just say like, hey, we can just take this from you.
Yeah, but the question is, can they actually take it from them? Manfield Night is where we are opening up the action. Tartarus versus Palmis, and it will be Tartarus starting off strong. Maybe a chance coming out here, but a good pass over to Damumu, the shot on target. The miss coming out from the defense there, but they get away with one here. The double commit coming out this time, and again, in Prospect, you might sometimes expect those sorts of things, but in a game like this, where it's going to be closely contested, I think we might see a bit better of a performance as a save. It's had to be made right here. Again, not too much pressure early on from either of these sides. Shots have come in, but they have not been threatening enough.
No, and one thing that could influence a little bit on how the players are performing here on this field, on the stream as well, is maybe first time playing live. Sometimes some of them might already have some experience, but for the new guys here, it can definitely influence. And now great shot on target from Target, just past the defense, goes to the far post. And Tartarus, they open the scoreline here after beautiful team play.
Yeah, you didn't really expect that one to find its way in the back of the net. The Palmis defense, they were there and in good positions as well, just missing out on the actual touches of the ball. But Toga, brilliant shot, found its way to the back post over absolutely every single one of the defenders. Now it is down to Palmis to come back into this one. Only a minute gone though, so much time left to play.
Yeah, but you definitely notice with that first minute and 10 seconds come and gone, Tartarus obviously in the lead after that play, but they're also the more dominant one. Now close opportunity for McMahon, but Melty Crispy Roll in the way. Another shot here from Targa. 3 players needed for Palmas to actually deny that shot. And so far, Palmas, they're doing so much defensive work. They have not seen any option yet to score. So close of save here. McMahon has the opportunity. But Palmas, they do not go down 2-0.
No, but there could be a chance for an... Oh, I didn't think that is what was going to happen. I thought it was just going to go to one of the players and they'll bang that one in from midfield. But the double commit sends it to the corner, and here is McMahon and Tartarus trying to come on the counter. Deadpool now, sending it down off the ceiling. Tartarus defense there and ready to send it clear again. Deadpool trying to pass it back. The Tartarus attackers having none of it. They could get a good clear here now. Torga into the corner where Melty Crispy is waiting now. He gets a touch. Only down to McMahon. Certain now out on the side. Going to go alone. Does get the 50 with the Moo. Torga again the goal scorer here. Trying to take it on his own. Goes up. Melty Crispy there to meet him and beat him, but McMahon here still keeping this pressure on. Nothing coming from it just yet. Tartarus, they've had the ball in the Palmis half for so long and they've not been able to do anything with it. There is a potential chance here. Melty Crispy playing it up into the air. Moo there for the shot this time, but Toga manages to get the clear away.
Yeah, and for the first time we saw Palmas really putting on some pressure on the defense as Toga barely made contact with him, but it was just enough to deny a shot on target. But Palmas, they're slowly applying some pressure. Quick infield pass, such a close opportunity for the Moo. But defense was just in the way. And now Melty Crispy with an insane read here from the player. And just on the inside of the post, it will go in. And we have a tie game with just under 2 minutes left to play.
Now, it's not too often you see prospect players, and I have nothing against them, but it is not very often that you see them move with that much speed and get that much power and precision on the shot. It was absolutely beautiful there from Melty Crispy, bringing his side back into the game. But now they have to hold on, but not just that, they have to extend this lead, looking at doing so here. But McMahon gets the save. A minute and 40 seconds left. Torgo with the flick pass one. Deadpool there to play it out to the right. McMahon waiting, touchdown into the centre. The Tartarus attackers, just sat there, not going for this one. Torga this time, though, does get the flick pass one. Can he find the shot? Goes out wide, gets the hook over Deadpool, but there is Melty Crispy to get yet another save on the board.
Yeah, one thing we'll definitely see a lot here in this series is just players in Prospect, you don't go into the air that often. Maybe from time to time if you think you can touch it, but like you just said, in the midfield, the attacker from Tartarus was just waiting for the ball to come down. And then when it's close enough to the ground, one of the players will eventually go up, and it's gonna be a coin toss here to see who of the two teams will go in the air the fastest. Now quick shot the target, close save yet again. And where in the first half we saw Tartarus being the dominant one, now we see Paul is so close to the dominant, and Melty Crispy cleans it up, and in the final 40 seconds, Paul must take a lead.
And that one might not have been expected here from Tartarus. They might have thought that, I think it was Deadpool was going to get the double touch, but instead it is Melty Crispy getting his second of the game. That is also Palmer's second and they go into the final latter stages of this game ahead only by 1. A security goal would be good, but they need to focus on defending in their half before they even think about getting a third one on the board here. The Mumu now into the center it goes. Melty Crispy leaving that one for Deadpool. A good touch into the corner there. McMahon though with the clearance, only going to go as far as this Palmas defense here. 15 seconds on the clock. The shot coming in. The save being made again by Deadpool. Torga this time into the sky he goes. That one finds its way into the middle. McMahon with the shot on target. The pressure could still be on here. Torga, he has to do something. Off the side it goes into the center again. This time is anyone up? McMahon is there. McMahon misses out on that one, and Palmas, they win game 1.
And where in the beginning, it looked like Tartarus was so dominant. They had so much pressure in that first 2 minutes, putting on that first goal and just denying Palmas any opportunity to actually bounce back. But then just after 2 minutes, Palmas, they just got some big clears. They removed the ball from their half. Melty Crispy and Deadpool, they put on a little bit of more breathing room for the rest. And the rest is just history. They started clicking more. Tartarus, they had to do a lot of defending, which they weren't used to. And just like that, Palmas scored the first one. And in the final seconds, a so close an opportunity for a double touch. And then just 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, you said it yourself, Tartarus not used to doing that much defending. They had plenty of pressure themselves at times. Torga himself had 5 shots just to his name. But having only 1 goal from 5 from him and another 4 from his teammates together, it's not really the best of showings. But going into game 2, it will be 1-0 to Palmas in this series. Now, right now, already, Tavish, you failed at the first step. Your prediction has gone down the drain straight away. However, for me, it is still up there. We could still see the 3-1. I mean, obviously, I'd be happy with that. But Tartarus, they need to focus on just winning game 2.
Yeah, not everyone can win today, or in this first series. Sadly, I already lost, but I'm hoping that you can win here. Same as Tartarus, I'm still predicting they will win this series here. If it's a 3-1, then I'm still happy for them. But just how they played in the second half of game 1, if they're gonna play like that for the rest of the series, then Palmas is gonna have an easy run here, and then Tartarus, they have to do a lot of catch up throughout every game. But now, game 1. Game 2, Palmas continue where they left off in game number 1. And Tartarus, they're trying to apply a little bit of pressure, but they're struggling already in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, the pressure is on again. Palmas, they're keeping this ball in the Tartarus half right now, but that one is an awkward touch from Torga again. He's been the key transitional player here for Tartarus. He's also been the key goal scorer. They've only scored 1, and it came from him. He has had 5 shots, of course. Can he get even more this time? It's going to be McMahon needing to get a save here as he tries to counter this time. But the touch just goes straight to Melty Crispy. The clearance comes in. McMahon not going for this one as Demumu just plays that one straight down back to the defense. And honestly, I always think this when I'm watching these kind of games. I always feel like prospect players, yes, again, they just don't want to feel like they're pressured or they don't want to panic. Oh, is their goal? The shot comes in from Torga. I think that was just a bit of panicking from Deadpool. He thought that ball was just moving faster than it actually was.
Yeah, and then he jumped out of reaction because he saw the ball flying down. And maybe he also saw one of the Tartarus attackers who was on his goal line, maybe trying to bump him. So, could be a bit of an awkward situation from him, but again, it's a repeat of game number 1. Targa scores first for Tartarus, and now it's up to Palmas. Can they answer fast enough to tie up this game, or maybe Tartarus has find a solution to how Palmas is going to play? But here, great opportunities. Defense was running to make sure that they got to clear, and Melty Crispy, he wants to keep the pressure. He doesn't want to have the ball in his half ever again. And so far, it's gonna be working. Targa, like you said earlier, he's gonna be the transition guy for the Tartarus side, and we're definitely looking at him. But here, Melty Crispy, 2 defenders in the way, doesn't matter, does it all by himself, and he ties up the game.
Another beautiful strike, good speed from Crispy, just like the goal he scored in the last one, or the first one, I should be more specific. But again, brilliant speed, beautiful power on the shot, and that is just enough to bring his side back level in this game again. Can they get another one here? The ball is played up into the centre. Damumu beat to this one though. I really feel like Palmis, if they start to take control, if they start bringing this ball down, not dribbling out of defence, but just taking more control in their touching, I feel like they could absolutely dominate here as Melty Crispy tries to throw in another one. That one cleared away this time. Damumu getting caught out by McMahon. Deadpool forced to make a touch, only as far as Torga, who finds a touch back down, gets the dunk. The save on the board for Melty Crispy again. Deadpool this time getting the miss. McMahon with the follow-up, but that touch is just wide. Coming up to the 2-minute mark, halfway is gone here, Tavish, and it just seems to be getting closer and closer.
Yeah, and now almost an awkward touch for Torga, but he managed to make more than enough contact to clear it into the corner. And what we've seen for Palmis, most of the players, they dare to go a little bit into the air. But for Tartarus, it's mostly Torga doing all the aerial work. And like you said, if they can just ground it even a little bit, and not specifically any things in particular, but just keep the ball close to themselves, they have a really good option. Now the attempt for the infield pass will be denied. McMahon has to rush back to make sure that he's still in contact. Doesn't make contact, not a shot for Deadpool, but will be denied. And Palmis, they're looking like they're going to do the same thing as in game 1. They're slowly applying the pressure, and Tartarus, they're kind of struggling to keep control over that ball and to keep the pressure.
Yeah, I think the big difference is in this one, the pressure, the sustained pressure at least, came from the start of the game here for Palmis. Right now they're letting Tartarus come back a little bit, but we could see Melty Crispy here. Instead he gets beat out, that ball does go down, straight down to the other end. In fact, Deadpool needing to make a touch here. McMahon, you can see him lurking. He gets the touch into the corner. Can he get the touch past Damumu? No, he can't. Not this time. And a beautiful 50 going across field there. Melty Crispy gonna latch onto this one. Finds the shot off the post. Mumu waiting in the centre. Shot comes in. And it's 2-1 again to Palmis.
Yeah, and again, in the final minute, a beautiful team play between two players from Palmis will link up and they will get that lead. First game, it was the attempt for a double touch. Now it was the attempt for a hook shot from the corner. And then the second player, he doesn't have to do much. He just has to be there and make sure that he can put the ball in. And of course they do, because it's an easy shot for everyone here on the pitch. And now again, they're in the lead. McMahon slow, tried to make contact, doesn't miss. Torga missed as well. 3 players needed another opportunity. The Mumu puts it in. It's 3-1 for Palmis.
I'm not quite sure what the defense was doing here. All 3 just not even hitting the ball. They're jumping just for the sake of it there. Unfortunate from Tartarus, but Palmis, they are pouncing on that opportunity. They have that security goal heading into the final few seconds of this game 2 here. And if it stays the way that it is, they'll be heading into game 3 with only one away from taking the win in this series. Of course, right now 4-0 is looking completely realistic.
Yeah, the way Palmis have been playing, it's a really good option. And especially here in the final 2 minutes of this game, they look so dominant, they look so comfortable in everything they're doing here. Another beautiful infield pass, and they're not afraid to go up in the air and just try something here. A double commit from a player so close, but Deadpool will deny the opportunity, will not allow a single more goal for Tartarus here in this game, as the ball will touch the ground. Palmis win game number 2, 3-1. And I must say, Simlock, we're both bad at predictions this first series.
Yeah, I mean, both of us have lost our predictions. Nobody has lost this series, however, not just yet. Anyways, 2-0 heading into game 3. Palmis in advantage here. They can't lose anymore. All that they can do is draw this next game. It's down to Tartarus from now to get not just one, but the next 2 games in a row to at least get the draw. There's no way that they can win now, but they can still make sure that they don't lose. Every game is crucial, especially heading into the final couple weeks of this season. I mean, after this one, you've only got 7, 8, and 9, and then you're done. Play-ins, playoffs, and these 2 teams right now, they need to get all the wins they can to try and reach those play-in places.
Yeah, and if Palmis keep up the way that they're going here in this series, they're looking like a team that can definitely compete for the top 6. As there's not much of a difference between them and the actual 6th spot. I think it's only a 1-win difference so far, and they've both already played 1 series this week. So it could prove very interesting for Palmas if they win here, because then they're a really good spot in those final 3 weeks to just claim top 6, to play the gatekeeper there, because the way they've been playing here on stream, they're looking phenomenal.
They truly are. The question is, can they have that same effect here in Game 3? Starting off strong here, trying to play the shot inwards. Damumu here, cutting that one off, not allowing them to get forward as quickly as they would have liked to, but they are on the attack here. The shot does go on target. Melty Crispy with another save here in this series. I feel like he's doing absolutely everything right now, but that is exactly what you need if you are Palmas. Here is Deadpool. Does find the shot on target. The save is made. Torga with this one. Melty Crispy gets the beat though. They need to get back here to make the save. 30 seconds in. It's been sketchy from both of these sides, but it is Palmas with the majority of the pressure.
Mumu plays it into the corner, looking for an infield pass. Melty Crispy wins the 50 against 2 players, and they're still in control. Captain Deadpool tries to keep control. Not the best touch in the corner. McMahon tries to follow up. Not the best contact here from the wall, but still attempting to pass towards the teammate. Loses the 50 toward with Melty Crispy. Certain goes into the air, looking to at least keep the ball in the opposite half, so they don't have to defend too much. 2 50s in a row lost, as Palmas are just keeping the pressure. Certain a little bit of an awkward toucher, but gets it past 2 defenders for Palmas, and Melty Crispy again doing a lot of work here for Palmas. We've been saying his name so much, it looks like he's doing, like you said, a lot of work here, being a savior and an attacker. But luckily for him, he still has Damumu and Deadpool with him, who also do a lot of effort.
Yeah, and I was having this conversation with one of my rival teammates yesterday, actually. For me, it's all well and good having that sort of carry player, but it is not useful at all in any tier. There is no use having a carry player if the other two just can't hit the ball. But thankfully, Palmas, they don't have that right now. They have a whole team that can get involved as Melty Crispy. He does almost find another one in this series, but Damumu and Captain Deadpool, those two, they are both so useful in their own unique ways. And Melty Crispy, he just thrives off of it.
Yeah, and now Damumu, beautiful 50 here to keep control. Tries to take a shot on target. Melty Crispy doesn't actually get his double jump to make contact. Deadpool, a little bit of an awkward touch, but he tries to keep the play going. Melty Crispy missed the ball. Luckily, Damumu is behind him. Main trying to keep the pressure for Tartarus. He wants to make sure his team score first, and he drops it down. Quick shot on target by Targa under the defense, and Tartarus for the 3rd time in a row score first.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. I'm a man for stats. I'm a betting man as well. And after seeing it happen not once, but twice in the previous 2 games, when Tartarus score first, they also then go on to lose the game. And if I was putting bets on this game, I am betting for that to happen again. I mean, fool me once, I forgot the saying. Fool me twice, again, forgot the saying. Fool me 3 times, fair enough. That just happens. Here you see Damumu. I mean, so far so good. I guess they're already back into this one.
Yeah, and every game they're getting faster with their comebacks. In game 1 it took him a minute and a half. In game 2 it took him a minute, and now it's underneath 30 seconds. So every time they're going to be faster and faster. Maybe in game 4 Palmas will score first. But now comes the real question, as it's kind of scripted here that Tartarus scores first and Palmas immediately answer. How many goals for Palmas will we see? Will we see a 2-1, a 3-1, maybe a 4-1? Anything can happen here, since Palmas, they're just gonna amaze us every time in every game with just the opportunities they bring forward.
Someone is going to have to remind me of that saying, because honestly my brain is frazzled right now. I don't understand how I can forget it. But let's get back onto the game. I completely agree with what you're saying. Palmas, they are playing absolutely brilliantly. It could be 3-1, it could be 4-0, but it could also be 2-2. Don't forget, it's still only 1-1 in this game. Tartarus, they're still in for a chance here as they get the touch pass. One Deadpool there going to have to force himself back into the corner, low on boost. McMahon this time will be able to go for this one. Out on the side, beat out by Crispy. But here is the shot. Damumu with the save onto the post. Torga versus Melty Crispy. It's a 1v1. Oh, and Torga gets the better of Crispy this time. But Crispy, he's still chasing. Gets an awkward touch past one of his own players. McMahon into the centre. Anyone there to turn it away? Only Melty Crispy back down to the other end. This guy, he fails to let me down.
Yeah, and where everyone always says in the bubble scene and in RLCS you see the most insane saves, but we have RSC Prospect, where for some reason players just use the post to clear it. But while I'm talking, McMahon just puts in a beautiful goal, just winning the 50 in the corner, ball awkwardly bouncing, the Mumu in just an awkward spot on the defensive line, and Tartarus in the lead.
Who would have expected that one, eh? I mean, it's a good job I didn't put any bets on this game, otherwise I'd be down quite a bit of money right now. However, 40 seconds, there is still a chance here for Palmas, but you've got to give credit where credit is due. Tartarus this game, they have been much more improved. They've had a lot more pressure in the opposition half than what they have had previously. They need to get a good clear here though. Deadpool with the ghost touch, it looked like to me. Pressure on here, Damumo up for that one, missing out this time. Crispy with the touch, onto the side. Good first one from Damumo, that ball sent backwards. Torga getting the touch out to the right hand side. Now with 10 seconds left, only one goal in this one. Melty Crispy with a really good touch. McMahon forcing himself up, not getting the touch. That ball sent back into the centre. Deadpool with the touch this time. Damumo missing out. And there it is. They can't get the 4-0 anymore, but Tartarus, they're back in this one. They could be chasing the draw. 2-1 heading into the final game of this series.
Yeah, they're setting something up. At least they got one win here that will already help them on the table. But there in the final seconds, we saw Palmas attack, and when the ball was dropping down, Tartarus didn't make any contact. Are we going to see an overtime here? In the Prospect Series, in the first series of this night. But in the end, the defense for Tartarus is just a little bit too strong, denying that comeback for Palmas here in game number 3. But now, can they do it in game number 4? Or will Palmas just be a little bit too strong and still take the win here?
Well, we can only find out. Only time will tell. Again, Tartarus, they were much improved in that game. The passes were much better. The clearances were much better. Their first goal, it was a bit shaky at times, but it still wasn't absolutely awful overall. There was definitely big improvement to be seen. If they can carry on with that momentum into the next game, then they'll be absolutely fine. They'll be able to take the draw. However, on the other side, when you go into Palmas, I don't really think they necessarily did anything wrong as such. I think they still did everything as they should have done. But it was just the pressure from Tartarus in that third game. It ended up being a little bit too much. They crumbled a tiny bit. So they're going to have to try and cope with that in this game here if it carries on like it was in the last. But here, I mean, instantly you're seeing the early challenges in the Tartarus half from Palmas. So maybe that's the way that they're going to combat the pressure that they received. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh.
21 seconds in, Melty Crispy puts in the first goal. The Mumu wins the 50 on the wall. Ball slowly rolling. No one from the Tartarus defense can make contact. And then, obviously, no one's complaining there for the Palmas side. The ball's rolling in front of the net. That's just an easy tip-in. And for the first time this entire series, Palmas score first. Could this mean that Tartarus can win this series, or will Palmas just completely dominate this game number 4?
Well, again, only time will tell. I did not expect that first goal to go in. I thought Torga, with how good that he's been this whole series, I didn't expect anything like that miss to come out from that. But here is the Mumu playing it down to Melty Crispy this time. A minute gone, of course, already 1-0. Still quite gobsmacked about that. McMahon trying to get one out from deep here. The clearance coming in. Here is Torga, the man who missed, trying to play it into the corner, into the centre. Plenty of demos coming out. A lot of aggression coming here from Palmas. They're just trying to get this ball and the players clear so they can get on the attack. And right now they're going to have to do the same off the corner, down into the side. McMahon is waiting for that one. Gets a good first touch. Missing out on the second touch. I tell you what, 2 wrongs don't make a right. 2 misses, you can see 2 goals. They've been big misses too, but it is 2 to the good for Palmas here. They are not complaining whatsoever.
Yeah, and I think it's mostly on the Tartarus side where they think, oh, okay, we won in that previous game. We had a real good comeback. We can do the same thing here. And now they're kind of overextending on some moments where they should not do it. And then you just concede 2 goals really quickly. Almost a third one, but luckily for the Tartarus side, the movement just aimed a little bit too far to the right, so the ball will go wide. But ever since that second goal went in, everyone on the Palmas side is just becoming more and more aggressive. Saga on Tartarus is slowly applying a little bit more bumps into his play to kind of disrupt everything Palmas is throwing at them. But it's not going to be helping. Palmas has 3 really good players, just putting in a lot of effort to make sure their offense is staying strong. And Targa can't face 3 players on his own.
No, he can, and I feel like this is what I was talking about. This is where it comes into play, where you can't... It's all well and good having that carry play, but the other 2, they have to do something. McMahon, he's definitely been very, very good. However, their 3rd player, Fenrir Certain, I'm not too convinced on him. I think that he's shown signs of being really, really good, especially in defense too, but going forward, just not offering enough, in my opinion. If we can see more from him, then we can see more from Tartarus, and that's what I think. I think he's the final piece of the offensive puzzle, but again, defense right here, it's just not on point.
Yeah, at least one thing that is on point is every player on the Palmas roster, because everyone just scored within the first half of this game. It's just, for some reason, Palmas, they just improve every game that they're playing. Yeah, they won game 1 in the comeback, game 2 in the comeback, game 3 they lost, but now they're going out in full force and they're just showing that everyone on that roster can just play how they want to play. Everyone scoring, everyone putting in the effort that is needed. And I don't think I can remember a moment here in game number 4 where the ball has been in the Palmas side for longer than 20 seconds.
No, and it's very difficult to score when that's the kind of situation you're in. But here is Melty Crispy with 2 minutes left on the clock. 3 goals to the good right now. They are heading into this the final couple minutes in good spirits. They're hoping to take out the win. 2-1 in the series right now. Almost 4-0 on the scoreboard. 3-1 could end up being 3-1 in the series though. And I mean, of course, we said we thought Tartarus were going to be very dominant, but quite frankly, it's been the complete opposite. As there's nearly another goal heading in here. Palmas, they have shown up big time here. We could see another one. The shot coming in, the accidental double from Melty Crispy. Who needs boots when you're just going to do something like this?
Yeah, you kind of expected him to at least get the ball in front of the net with that 50. But to get the accidental double is definitely something else. And now 4-0 with 121 in favor of Palmas. And for Tartarus, I think for them it's just, they need a consolation goal. So they don't go down 4, or at least they put in effort so they scored in every game so far. But with the way how everything is going here in game number 4, it's gonna be very difficult for them. Captain Deadpool just holding the midfield, making sure the ball will not go into their half. Now, great flick from McMahon, bringing it in front of the net, but no follow-up from his teammates, and it was such a good opportunity here to at least get 1 goal. But now they're still applying. McMahon open net to work with, just no boost in the tank to get in front of the ball. And every time now in this past 30 seconds we see a great opportunity for Tartarus. Something is in the way, if it's either a defense or a boost, but McMahon finds the opening on the defense, where I did not expect he would actually find an opening, and they score here in game number 4.
Well, I mean, it's good spirits here for Tartarus to get at least 1 goal back here, but I mean, technically speaking, it is definitely possible. We could see 3 goals in 39 seconds. Could be a chance here. McMahon going for that of the crossbar. You just have to feel so sorry for them right now. Oh, that could have been so close to the beginning of the comeback. But instead, with 20 seconds left, they're just going to keep this ball in the corner. A good pinch here. McMahon looking to follow that one. Instead, the ball is forced back into the blue half. Torga going up on his own. Teammate helping out this time, getting the pinch below Deadpool. But Crispy with a beautiful clearance. And all Deadpool has to do is hit this one on target. Or just not hit it at all. That might work. It might work. There's another follow-up coming in here. To Muru this time into the corner. 0 seconds left. And that is game, set, and match here. It will be Palmas taking the 3-1 series win over Tartarus here. Very well played to Palmas. Quite the contrary to our original predictions, though, Tavish.
Well, you got the 3-1 correct. It's just we got both the teams wrong. Where we thought Tartarus would be a bit of the dominant one, even though they're lower in standings, they had a really good opportunity to be dominant here. But Palmas, they said no. They just held the defense, and in the beginning of the first 3 games they looked a bit shaky, but even afterwards, they were just very aggressive and they stepped up when it was needed.
Yeah, of course they did. I mean, they came away with the 3-1 win. That is massive in the play-ins hunt for Palmis here. Now, Tartarus, they do still have 4 games in hand over Palmis, so they could still chase them down. They could catch up with a good result against whoever they may be playing next. But that is all we have for this first game here on stream. The predictions were wrong, but the gameplay was great. Let's hope for more of the same, in the next series. Me and Tavish will be joining you after the break for Yoruba versus Journeyman in Rival.
Keep them on retainer, homie, we don't do no legal fees. I don't do the build a body, she with me, then she unique. People riding with me, cause to win you gonna need a team. If you out here messing up my energy, then leave me be.
Next, I just curd that shit, yeah, the album rips. Labels bout to tell me how they gonna make me rich. 50 million the penny, they ain't touching it. Yeah, they ain't touching it. Next, I just curd that shit, yeah, the album rips. Labels bout to tell me how they gonna make me rich. 50 million the penny, they ain't touching it.
If I see you again, then hell froze over. Try to tie the ends, it's a no-leaf clover. Try to make amends, but I don't need closure. I don't need a friends, funny enemies closer. Love is like a drug to me, I'd rather be sober. Don't know why with all this fire that my heart gets cold. I can't let up on the gas, I need to keep my composure. I can't let it off, I don't wanna be in love, but I pretend it all. Had to play it smooth like I ain't afraid of falling, no. Yeah, I want it all. Yeah, I didn't want you to go, but I've been through this before, and I hope you burn slow. I better get it before it's gone. I feel like I've been on this earth for so long, and I really just been hurt so far. If I see you again, then hell froze over. If I see you again, then hell froze over. If I see you again, then hell froze over. Try to tie the ends, it's a no-leaf clover. Try to make amends, but I don't need closure. I don't need a friends, funny enemies closer. Love is like a drug to me, I'd rather be sober. Don't know why with all this fire that my heart gets cold. I can't let up on the gas, I need to keep my composure.
Sharks dripping that sauce, yeah. Okay, Joe, that's fine.
Black heart, our innocence has gone far. I felt content with our start. No, I can never feel this again. Don't want it to end. Black heart, say that you love me, but you're far. Trying to find my way out, but I know this ain't nothing but a lost art. Trying to stand, I can barely breathe. Blood on my hands, I got what you need. Lost in your path, I can hardly see. Never thought you'd go and turn on me. Love is something that you cannot pay for. Love is something that you wanna stay for. Trust is something that you cannot play with. If you wanna have someone, then baby you should stay. Issues are deeper than I could just see. Trying to find myself, I can't trust me. I feel so battered every time I bleed. Nothing else matters than me and a dream. Black heart, our innocence has gone far. I felt content with our start. No, I can never feel this again. Don't want it to end. Black
heart. Say that you love me, but you're far. Trying to find my way out, but I know this ain't nothing but a lost art.
Aye. We had some pride. Put it aside. Cutting the pie. With all the guys, Made mistakes and then I made up my mind. What other side? I gotta grind, I gotta grind. I gotta grind. I gotta grind. All of the time, 24/7. 365. Gotta get mine. Stay on my grind, Aye. Look, it's business, ain't personal. Money straight, so I'm curving them. Whoa. He been tweaking, something irking him. Did them favors, they was not deserving them. Boy, I be thinking a mile a minute. They gotta be kidding. We go to war, I'm the captain, the general, and the lieutenant. Nowhere to run or hide, I don't stop till it's finished. Me, I be minding my business, drop more records than Guinness. Gotta be a Guinness World Record. Don't play chess nor checkers. I only play for keeps. Came out the east, boy, I'm a beast. He gotta keep the peace. That thing on him is keeping the peace. I never sleep out in the streets. Gotta stay out there, reach. With the mob, talk that talk, Seiko peace, Feel so big, talking Papa, Sean and Meech. We had some pride. Put it aside. Cutting the pie. With all the guys, Made mistakes and then I made up my mind. What other side? I gotta grind, I gotta grind. I gotta grind. I gotta grind. All of the time, 24/7. 365. Gotta get mine. Stay on my grind, This just in, more doing, less discussion. Killing every single beat I'm touching. Sick with it, need a Robitussin. Moving fast, but I'm never rushing. Damn boy, it's really other son. Say you poppin', but I know you wasn't. Not my brother and you not my cousin. Nah, we never buddy. I like to drink to my vision fuzzy. Money got me feeling lovey-dovey. I say a prayer to the God above me. Tell him I'm back, I gotta stay in my zone, man. Maybe I'll come with the dogs, Maybe I'll do it alone, Either way, I get what's sold to me. Never believe what's told to me. City on lock, I hold the key. We can't link, I got goals to meet. That's facts. Put the island on my back. Grind cause we gotta eat. We the ones they wanna see, man. With the mob, talk that talk, Seiko peace, Feel so big, talking Papa, Sean and Meech. We had some pride. Put it aside. Cutting the pie. With all the guys, Made mistakes and then I made up my mind. What other side? I gotta grind, I gotta grind. I gotta grind. I gotta grind. All of the time, 24/7. 365. Gotta get mine. Stay on my grind,
Broke my heart, 'cause you broke my heart, She broke my heart. This is for the times I cried, the times you lied. You broke my heart, I don't know why. Thought I treated you right, you were my whole life. Now you hitting my line, but I'm doing just fine. I'll just stick with your memories, I'll just stick with your memories, I'll just stick with your memories. Took time to see that you're crazy. Left you cause you wanna play me. You said that you came to save me. Came in an Uber, left in a Mercedes. Star, Hollywood scars. She bad at being good, but she good at breaking hearts. Drugs on her counter, liquor in her car. Living life on the edge, bodies in her backyard. For the times I cried, the times you lied. You broke my heart, I don't know why. Thought I treated you right, you were my whole
look like something new for. I'm always confident. You're being extremely truculent. Whatever succulent mean, if that's good, I'm there. Never again make me the underdog.
Speak that into existence. All I really need is a vision. All I really need is persistence. And never to believe that you get it in an instant. Had a grain of salt to everybody's opinion. Fourth and long is really fourth and inches. Stay creating and stay consistent. Find a failure really non-existent. You get the things you think will make you happy. Find out later that we're insufficient. Often where you want to be is on the other side of fear, but you still keep your distance. Post a song on the internet. I'm just hoping I could get someone to listen. Oftentimes it falls on deaf ears and I fall asleep to the sound of crickets. Chirp, chirp. Putting in the work, working, yeah, putting in the work.
Pardon my pay, I've been in the mazes lately. Starting my way, think it's gonna take some patience. Yeah, sit back with a Kit Kat. Now I'm playing, I don't take breaks. They say what they say, I ain't worried about the naysays. Make way, why you tryna make waves? Work week looking like 8 days. I could really use a vacay. Studio is my safe place. On the road like I get great grades. No, I don't mind if I'm criticized. I only listen to words that are wise. What do they want? Piece of the pie. They wanna fill up just what eat them inside. We eat to survive, to keep us alive. Heart is so cold, you keep freezing the time. Stuck in the past, stuck in rewind. One of my hundreds of reasons to try. Like crickets. Chirp, chirp. Yeah. Putting in the work, working, yeah. Chirp, chirp. Putting in the work, work. Pardon my pay, I've been in the mazes lately. Starting my way, think it's gonna take some patience.
I got my hope on full, but my heart's on empty. Don't know what you want, you've been gone and you left me. Give what I got, it's for naught, to the next please. Stuck in my emotions at a loss when you text me. When I'm in, you're out, you gon' take me down. You complain about everything, oh wow, nothing's changed about how you came around. Yeah, always try to blame me while you play around. So tell me what the deal is, tell me what you want, yeah. I can't even give it, I'm all out of love. Thinking that we finished, but then you pulled a card. Look, I'm sorry, but I'm out of here, I think you out of love. Simple little changes, probably all subtle. Notice that you ain't the same, and I'm puzzled. Wonder what it takes, I'm breaking down rubble. I had to switch lanes, I'm safe in my bubble. Look, I don't know what I'm feeling, we back and forth depending. No matter what the weather is, you're never gonna get it. Packing my bags, moving, I'm finished. All out of gas, I've been empty, diminished. I got my hope on full, but my heart's on empty. Don't know what you want, you've been gone and you left me. Give what I got, it's for naught, to the next please. Stuck in my emotions at a loss when you text me. When I'm in, you're out, you gon' take me down. You complain about everything, oh wow, nothing's changed about how you came around. Yeah, always try to blame me while you play around. When you talk on my name, I was lost in a phase. You were wrong in your place and you wanna be shamed. And you're off with the lames, got me gone in the space. You were coming for my image, but it blew up in your face. Well, really you the villain, but always put on a front. Got me second guessing feelings, I'm wondering if I'm wrong, yeah. Manipulative and timid, you rigorous with your love. Been addicted to the feeling, but lately it's getting wrong. Look, I don't know what I'm feeling, we back and forth depending. No matter what the weather is, you're never gonna get it. Packing my bags, moving, I'm finished. All out of gas, I've been empty, diminished. I got my hope on full, but my heart's on empty. Don't know what you want, you've been gone and you left me. Give what I got, it's for naught, to the next please. Stuck in my emotions at a loss when you text me. When I'm in, you're out, you gon' take me down. You complain about everything, oh wow, nothing's changed about how you came around. Yeah, always try to blame me while you play around. When I'm in, you're out, you gon' take me down. You complain about everything, oh wow, nothing's changed about how you came around. Yeah, always try to blame me while you play around. Whoa. I wish we would have never met. I try to run, but there's always a dot on my head. I'll take these strings, I'll throw them out, but forget they're on my shoes. The laces on my shoes. The laces on my shoes. You call my phone, I decline. Your messages don't reply, girl. We try, we fight, it never ends. I know I'm right, so no amends. And I want you to be okay, but I don't wanna stay. And you know it's the end. I don't want it to hurt, but I want you to know that I wish we would have never met. I try to run, but there's always a dot on my head. I'll take these strings, I'll throw them out, but forget they're on my shoes. The laces 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 on my shoes. I wish we would have never met. I try to run, but there's always a dot on my head. I'll take these strings, I'll throw them out, but forget they're on my shoes.
Call me on my phone, I'll pick up, 'cause I'm home alone, and you know that I'm missing you. You know I've been thinking about this often. All the stressing might just put me
Hey yo, this is the first song that I ever recorded. Check it out. Hey, hey, hey,
I got all this money, but it's not what makes me happy. Used to be so cocky, but it's now all just the past me. Speakers loud, roof is down, riding through my city now. She's in for the picture, I'm on when I got no worries now.
I've been chilling in the back of a class with a pack on my back and my mind and a Maybach. I'm afraid that I'm too laid back. I don't study, but I make great A-rap. Little shorty and she wanna throw way back. Got a little bit of rock and a little bit of jazz and a little bit of top and a little bit of racks and a little bit of smile and a whole lot of laugh. Hey, I kick back, you know that my rap kicks. I've been smiling for so long, I might need chapstick. I ain't talking to you fakes, these brothers plastic. Kill a verse and they put me on the blacklist.
I got all this money, but it's not what makes me happy. Used to be so cocky, but it's now all just the past me. Speakers loud, roof is down, riding through my city now. She's in for the picture, I'm on when I got no worries now. I got all this money, but it's not what makes me happy. Used to be so cocky, but it's now all just the past me. Speakers loud, roof is down, riding through my city now. She's in for the picture, I'm on when I got no worries now.
One thing coming from my neck, ayy, I'm just trying to do my best. I ain't ever saw a check, but a brother know he blessed. I'ma go cop some shoes at the thrift. Honda Civic from 02, with your boo, yeah, that's my lift. I be flexing, that's a Walmart on my wrist. $30. $30? That's the price of my whole fit. You got Gucci on your jacket and I'm laughing. Past the booth, I ain't gon' have it. Yeah, the truth is what I'm rapping.
I'm the storm that beats the moon. I'm the silent will not more. Do you think you are? Who do you think you
Hello everybody, my name is Simdog. We are back again for some more action here in the RSC. This time we are jumping up from Prospect up to Rival. It is going to be Yoruba versus Journeyman. Now of course I am joined yet again by Tavish. How are we doing after the last game that we saw?
I'm still recovering from that because, you know, we both thought it was going to be a very strong roster, you know, winning that series. But in the end, Palm is just too strong. They just turned every game around except the third one. So I'm just excited for this one. Obviously, like you said, we're going to rival to the third tier here in the RSC. So a lot more action, and we're gonna be seeing Yoruba taking on Journeyman, the second seed versus the 9th seed. So this could be an interesting one.
It could. We're just taking a look at the standings here real quick. You can see Yoruba up in second there. They're doing pretty well in the last few games. They've got 125 goals for them, 98 against. That's impressive. But then down the other end, you have Journeyman sat in 9th. Literally two polar opposites, completely opposite ends of each other. However, I think this game is going to be a lot closer. We had a little bit of a conversation before, and I think it's going to be a lot closer than what most people will be.
Yeah, it's definitely a good opportunity for Journeyman to just show how good they are. Because, like you said, we just had to talk about it. Last week they played Sentinels and they won 3-1 there. And they also played Ash, who's in kind of the midfield of the table, and they got a draw there. So for Journeyman, it's a great opportunity here to say, like, hey, yeah, we're at the bottom, but we can still face off against the best of the best here. And what better way to just show it against the number 2 seed here in the conference.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue with Journeyman being at the bottom of the table, their point is they have a point to prove. They have a point to prove, and that point is that they are here for the win. They want to come and take the game to Yoruba. The issue is, quite often they don't take the game to the opponents. You can see here on the screen, 82 saves, but 107 goals against. That just shows the amount of pressure and the amount of shots that they are facing as a team. Whereas you have 98 goals against from Yoruba, but then only 59 saves. So who knows, if Journeyman, they come out swinging, they come out punching, take a couple shots from the midfield, which I think we could see quite often here, then maybe Yoruba, they might start to struggle. I mean, I know that Sen for Journeyman, he's a very good mechanical player. The big thing for me is if I am Yoruba, I'm going to be looking to close Sen down. I do not want to let him have any time on the ball. Otherwise, that is where the trouble will come. But Yoruba, 25 wins to their name. They're doing very well this season. And a big play for them, with 39 games played, is Mythics. 30 goals and 33 assists. Heavily involved with Jax as well. Also putting up similar numbers. But you can see that Yoruba, they are there to try and take as many games as they can and change. I mean, he's only been in for 4 games so far, and he has a 100% win record. Let's see if that can continue in this game.
Yeah, obviously a lot of well-known players there. Like you said, Mythics, Change. I saw Tomo was also on their roster, so 3 players who have been there for a very long time within the RSC. And then, obviously, on Journeyman, you have Sen, and I gotta agree with you. If Sen can pop off today and just kind of ignite his roster to do what they normally do, like they did last week against Sentinels, and they have a really good chance here. But if for some reason Mythics, Change, Tomo, and Jax as well can just shut down Sen and just deny the rest of the Journeyman roster any opportunity to just do what they want to do, then it's just going to be a very dominant showing.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be quite the opposite. Let's get into some predictions here. I started off with you last time, Tavish. I'm going to start off myself this time. Now, again, I said I think it's going to be a very close and very closely contested affair. I am going for 2-2 between Yoruba and Journeyman. I think that Journeyman, they're going to show up. I mean, it looks to me like they have an FA sub in the lobby as Turtle. So it might be a bit hit and miss. It might be a completely different game from what I am predicting here. But 2-2 is my prediction. Now, you, on the other hand, you said right here it could be a dominant performance. Is your prediction going to show that?
Yeah, well, I'm feeling sweepy today, so I'm thinking a sweep here. And it's not in favor of Journeyman. I'm thinking Yoruba is going to be just a little bit too dominant here. It's not going to be the same as last week when Journeyman faced Sentinels, where Journeyman was really strong. I just think Yoruba is just a little bit higher there in that level and will deny Journeyman every opportunity. But like we've seen in the previous series, anything can happen and only time will tell.
Yeah, I mean, you're saying you're feeling a little bit sweepy today. You went for a sweep in the previous game. Boy, did that go horribly wrong for you. And maybe we could be seeing it go horribly wrong for the Yoruba defense here. Sen, there is that man. We spoke about him just a couple minutes ago. We said he's the danger man for this Journeyman team. And right here, 3 seconds it took them.
Yeah, and, I hope I pronounced that right name correct. I'm just gonna call him Sam because that's the easiest way. He had just the best 50 of his life there, and then it's easy for Sam to just follow up on it. But hopefully we don't see any more of those things happening. Otherwise it's gonna be very difficult here for Yoruba to find an answer if Sen is just gonna score after every kickoff happening. Luckily for them, it doesn't happen so much yet. Change for beautiful double, Jax with the follow-up, and already an equalizer in the first 27 seconds.
What a start to this game and this series that we are having. A beautiful touch from Change, and there is Jax to turn it away. 1-1 already. It's so hard to believe we're only 27 seconds in. You would have thought there'd be a bit more concentration than this. Maybe it's not even a lack of concentration, because those 2 goals, they have been very well worked in. Here is Change. I'm looking very forward to seeing how he fits into this Yoruba side. Obviously, we've seen he's got a 100% win record so far. There is a little bit of a whiff coming out here, but we know he's mechanical. It wasn't quite working out for him in his old team. So here he is with a new opportunity and a new potential chance to try and make playoffs, if not get first place here in the conference, which would secure both of them. And I think he's going to be a very key player in the next few games in the next few series that they do have to play here, Yoruba. I think he's going to be an important player from now till the end of the season.
Yeah, and I agree with you there. And obviously, on the Yoruba side, you also have Mythics and Jack. Both 2 players have been around for a long time. Mythics, I've seen him quite a couple times on stream in the previous seasons. So for him, nothing is new, and the same for Change. Jack, kind of a new player to me. I've not casted him too many times. I've played with or against him. And then if you look on the Journeyman side, obviously Sen, well-known player. Sam, Turtle being also being a good player, Turtle being a FA here for the roster, because the other two probably couldn't make it. And now he can show up here on stream, and he's definitely helping the roster just apply a lot of pressure. And one thing we're definitely noticing is how much has changed in that previous series. Because Prospect Arrival, it's a big world in the difference there. And you already can see a lot of aerial play, a lot of speed happening, and not too many mistakes.
Yeah, it's the speed, the mechanics, the organisation from both of these teams, and so far it's been pretty even between the both of them. Sen, for me, he has all three of the key aspects, but it is going to be the FA Turtle getting a save here after hitting the crossbar a bit earlier on down the other side of the field. Change going in for Sen going low, but Mythic's there to try and keep the pressure on here. Sammy out wide, trying to beat one. Jax is there. He's turned away. Gets the touchdown. Turtle's going to chase that one. Gets a good touch into the centre. Sen is up, but so too are Mythics and Change. Now Turtle and Sammy, they're going to take their time. Sammy onto the backboard. Can he get the double? No, he can't. Leave it at 4. Oh, Turtle with the shot, but Change with the save. Mythic's trying to kickstart the counter here. Change is going to boom this one downfield. And miss coming out from Sammy almost. Mythic's going to leave that one for Jack. Sen gets back in time. Gets the second touch. And somehow this game is still 1-1.
Both teams putting in a top performance, quality shots, and even better saves happening on both sides. Neither team just wants to concede another goal. And man, it just shows how good all of these players are. Sammy trying to keep the pressure here on the other half. Changed a little bit of a bad touch, but luckily for him, Jack is immediately there to follow up. Mythics denies 2 players. And he cleared a quick shot on target. Beautiful save by Sammy. And Jack's keeping the pressure. Doesn't have much boost to work with. Luckily Change helping him out with a beautiful 50 in the air. Mythics now last man in defense, whiffs the ball. Turtle with the shot, but Woodwork will deny him an opportunity. And so many shots, but now Turtle free to shoot from. No, Jack's just in time. Every time when we think, oh, quality shot happening, the defense just steps up a little bit.
Oh, until now you spoke too soon, Tavish. But here is the new man, here is Change. Getting his side ahead here with only 1 minute and 12 seconds left to play. It was end to end between both these sides, both of them having shot after shot, but it was save after save. They were matching each other so well, but the pressure was just too much there in that moment. Yoruba now 2-1 up. Of course, Change, he's going for another one here, gets a pass back to Jax. The save coming in again, Sen out wide, gets bumped. Mythics now there in the centre, into the corner it goes again. Change keeping the pressure on here, and Sammy until just a bit of confusion between the two. Sen, he's going to take his time, play it out wide. That ball will bounce high, but Mythics going up. Sammy gets the better of him this time. Change with a tiny bit of a missed touch. Good read by Sen, notable this time. Mythics with a very good touch out to that left-hand side. Sammy deciding to fake challenge. Will he get flicked? He is up, makes the save on Change's shot this time. 30 seconds left. It is Sen down, big clear to the right-hand side, forcing Jax to come back. A demo from Change, and that is one of his best attributes. He doesn't just open up the field, but he also relieves the pressure.
Yeah, and that was, like you said, a perfect demo. The defense just got a little bit more time to actually clear the ball. Mythic now, beautiful flick towards net with Sen. It's an easy save for him. And so far, definitely in this last minute, we've seen a lot of pressure from Yoruba, and Change, of course, he will put it in. He already did a lot of work here, put on the second goal to make sure they got the lead, and now he will extend it even further. 3-1 lead for Yoruba, and Change doing it a lot of work as the newbie on the roster.
Well, he's got a 100% win record, and he wants to keep that record going. And it looks like that will happen here in game 1 of this series. It will be Yoruba taking this first game here 3-1 on the scoreboard. And boy, Change made the difference there. He was there in defense. He was there in offense. 3 goals for Yoruba and 3 involvements here for Change. 2 goals and an assist, as well as a save down the other end. And even though there was a 2-goal difference, you really have to say that game didn't feel like it did. It didn't feel like there was one dominant team. The stats do show otherwise, but it just felt like such an open game between the two teams. It felt like it could go either way, really. Both teams having plenty of shots, but it was matched perfectly by the defense.
Yeah, and you know, definitely in the first half, obviously Sen scoring first and Jax scoring immediately afterwards. And from that point on, it was just quality shot after quality shot and even better saves like we've seen throughout the game. But eventually just one mistouch happened and Change was able to get the lead for Yoruba. And then obviously straight afterwards, he managed to extend the lead in the final minute. And it just shows that even though rival players are so close to each other, because like you said, it didn't feel like a 3-1 victory for Yoruba. Just one mistake can already concede a goal. And that's just what happened here. It's just the little mistakes happening on the Journeyman side. And Yoruba, they were in the right spot to capitalize on them.
Yeah, and it's exactly what they did. It feels like it was sort of the plan. They like to play high pressure, this Yoruba side. They like to keep that ball upfield. And Change, in my opinion, he is a massive difference. And he just enables his other two players to play the way that they do. The way he gets demos to open up the play. The way that he can just find pass after pass or shot from the midfield. Infield passes too. It just helps his side out so much. But then you have Senna at the other side. He was all over that field. He could be down at the opposition half, ready to make a shot, and then 2 seconds later it looks like he's conceding, but no, he's there to make the save. But this time, nobody there to make a save this time. Change with the pass inside. A beautiful little passing play, between this Yoruba team. A brilliant speed from Mythics there, 1-0.
Yeah, and that's obviously what we've seen a lot here already in this first in game 1 and now here at the start of game number 2. Yoruba, they've been making sure that they can find each other in every opportunity. They're not afraid to throw the ball up and just trust that one of their teammates will be there or at least make a touch. Where Journeyman, they're a little bit more grounded and sometimes they just throw one player forward. And so far in the series, it has been Sen doing a lot of the work. While Turtle and Sammy, they've been kind of playing catch up and from time to time. But of course, Sammy, how could you? That's dirty. Just to read from the back wall, out of nowhere, not even touching the ground.
Wow.
And no one expected it.
That is actually crazy. This is what I'm saying about Sammy. The consistency isn't always there, but when they play well, you can tell they play well, and that is a shot to prove it. The first touch set it all up. They got the flip as the recovery, and it made the world of difference. And here is Sammy getting a demo on one. Anyone there for the follow-up? No, instead he's going down the other end. Mythics, can he finish it off? What a counter-attack that is!
And again, so much faith in their teammates that Mythics, he was upfield, he was trying to rush back, but he had faith that Jax was gonna just pop it all the way to the other half. He turned, and just a simple touch towards net to extend the lead after just conceding a goal to that beautiful read of Sammy. And just like that, Yoruba in the lead, where we thought, okay, Journeyman, they can turn this around. And now maybe I'm spoken soon. No, said beautiful redirect on net. Well, it will be denied by the woodwork. Sammy trying to keep the pressure, but Jax denying him, and the ball's already in the Journeyman side. A demo midfield tries to open up a little bit of room as Mythics was removed from the field. And Sammy now again bring the ball into the corner, trying to get the ball infield towards one of his teammates. But Jax just there in time to deny. And again, it's going to be a repeat of game number 1. So many close opportunities and just a small mistake will concede a goal.
I'm going to be very contradicting on myself here, but I feel like, I know I said I want this Journeyman team to attack and not get stuck in their own half like they normally do, but I feel like they're just overstretching that tiny bit too much, and that's where they could get caught out in the end, as we do see Mythics here out on the side. Turtle with a touch this time, Jax into the centre, change there to turn it goalwards, but sent away very early by Sammy. Mythics again, good high touch there onto the backboard, change missing that one. Jax will take his time, good first touch. Not the greatest second touch as Sammy comes in, swinging through, trying to get this one through. Sen this time is up, beats Jax this time, tries to go for the 50, beat out by Mythics into the corner. Turtle's awkward, change with the shot, and he is there again. This man, he cannot stop scoring right now. He always wants to get involved.
Oh, look at how confident he was going to get that read. He jumped from the midfield line, just beautifully arrowed his car into position. And the defense already knew, okay, the moment he's going to touch that, it's going to go in. And obviously it goes in. And Jack, great opportunity here after kickoff to get another goal, but it will be denied. But it just shows everyone on Yoruba, they're feeling confident, they're feeling it today. They're not going to back down. Change is already looking for another opportunity to get a goal. As it's 3-1 here. Jax tries to show off a little bit of mechanics there with an air dribble. And without no defense. Quick shot on target by Sen, but the woodwork again will deny. It looks like Sen's worst enemy is not the 3 players in front of him, but just the woodwork from that blue net that will deny every goal.
You have to feel a bit sorry for Journeyman now. They get as many shots as they can, but they're just wide of the post. But on the other hand, you have Yoruba. They just don't seem to be missing the net right now. All you see is net. 3 goes to the good, 4-1 on the scoreline. Yoruba, they're beginning to run away with this one. Journeyman, they might want to take a couple moments just to relax, just to reset, get their heads back into this one. They know they can do better, but you said it yourself. I mean, Tavish. Yoruba, they're just in it for the win right now. They are playing so well, but the scary thing for Rival is this isn't even the best that they can play. They can do better than what they're doing right now.
Yeah, and I'm already looking forward to seeing Yoruba in playoffs, or maybe in their play-ins, depends on how their final 3 weeks go. But I just want to see how they can perform under that even bigger pressures than they are right now. But now, Sammy Turtle, beautiful link-up play here. Turtle bringing it from the wall back in field, and Sammy immediately follows up on it. Just a quick shot on target. And Mythics and Jax, they were both thinking, okay, we have a little bit of time. Mystics coming from the goal line to challenge it, but the moment he left that line, he realized the ball was going to be high, and he was in no way to stop it. 1 minute remaining, and maybe Journeyman can return into this game.
Well, time is on their side, but the goal scoring advantage is with Yoruba right now. 2 goals to the good still. Sen trying to change that and turn that down to 1. Turtle going to challenge Mythics early, but Jax is there waiting on the wall, playing it straight back to Mythics. Good touch from Sammy. Someone has to go, and it is going to be changed, beating out Sammy again. Sen, good speed, but just a bit of a whiff. Turtle a bit awkward here. Mythics down to Jax. Good first touch. The side flip coming out. The fake may be changed there, just to bury this match. The 3-goal scoreline is restored. They have the cushion again, and it's a second for change.
Yeah, and you know, you've already said it in the first game and during and in between game 1 and 2. Change is such an important player here for this roster. It looks like he's just connecting everything for the Yoruba side, and obviously he wants to keep this 100% win rate going as long as he can. But ever since Change has joined Mythics and Jax, they've been looking more comfortable than ever. And I can't stop repeating this, they're just doing what they want, and it works for some reason.
The key is that they are playing the way that they want to play. They're playing their own game. They're not letting Journeyman try to adapt to what they want to do. They're not allowing them that opportunity, because you can see that Journeyman are adapting to how they usually play. They're trying to play further up the field and not allow Yoruba to even get those original clearances. But the issue is, when you have players like Change and Jax who are just rotating so well around each other, it's so hard to get that ball clear out of your own half, and it's so hard to even close them down in the first place. I'm 100% sure if we watch these games back, we can see that Jax is always waiting on the sidewall, ready to receive the pass. That is the kind of confidence and trust that he is in Mythics and Change, knowing that they'll be able to get those balls to him on the sidewall and then make those forward movements into the center, infield pass. We saw it, probably 3 out of those 5 goals came from those exact same situations. And it's just working so well. The only issue Yoruba might have is when you start to do it more and more, it begins to become more orchestrated and it becomes more predictable. So they might want to switch it up a tiny bit going into game 3 here. But, of course, Yoruba, they can no longer lose this series. They are now 2-0 up going into game 3. The best that can happen for Journeyman is a draw. The worst is a 4-0.
Yeah, and you know, now I'm curious, because obviously we've both been casting a lot of Rocket League over the time. But what do you think Journeyman has to change to make sure that they can actually bring the fight to Yoruba? Because, like I said, Jax is just patiently waiting on the wall for every opportunity, and at some point it will kind of turn into an orchestrated thing that you can read. But Journeyman, they're still struggling with it.
The key for me is when you see teams just whoa Jax with the musty, when you see teams with players who sort of camp their positioning on the wall, the key is to play through the centre. Now what's confusing me is Sen normally is a mechanical third man essentially. He normally does use his mechanics and uses his boost to try and play through the centre of the field, being more direct, being more offensive and not allow the Yoruba offense to try and break and counter. But we're not seeing that right now, and that's what's confusing me. I think Sen, I don't think he's lost his head because he doesn't normally do that, but we're definitely not seeing the best from him. However, the same goes for the rest of the Journeyman side. We normally see much more from all of them together.
Yeah, and I gotta agree with you there. Normally we see a lot more from Journeyman, but maybe today it's because they're playing with an FA that's kind of not linking up to getting everything. And now Mythics, he drops the ball towards the net, Jax follows up, easy touch for him, and Yoruba score first again.
It's going from bad to worse here for Journeyman, but it's going from better to even more better for Yoruba. 1-0 up here in game 3, already 2-0 up in the series. They're just going to hope that they can get more than just this one goal here. I feel like this is the longest we've had to wait for the opening goal in this series so far. But maybe, just maybe, they can make up for it by throwing in an absolute, oh wow, an absolute thunderbolt almost from Change, as that one does get saved and not sent away just yet. Mythics keeping the pressure on, trying to get the better of Sammy, but instead Sammy comes out on top. Change there to 50, down into the blue corner it goes though. Mythics and Jax both there, not hitting each other. They managed to get around each other in the end. Change with a beautiful touch, almost sniping Jax out of the air. That one bouncing down. Mythics with the shot just wide of the post. The double touch here though might keep the pressure alive. Ball onto the ceiling, Changes there. That's too far wide, and Turtle will manage to get this one clear for now as Sen follows that touch downfield. Getting chased by Change there, and Jax again on that side wall, just trying to transition out.
Yeah, and at this point, like you said earlier, for Jax, it's you can kind of start reading it. But one thing I saw earlier from Mythics is he went for a shot from, well, not really a dangerous range, and afterwards he immediately went for a bump or demo on the goalie, so one of his teammates could follow up. If Yoruba can kind of start implementing that a little bit more, to throw off everyone from the Journeyman side, so Jax can be more confident doing his stuff on the wall without being contested the entire time, then it's easy for them, because they can just switch up the entire plan, and Journeyman is not expecting too many bumps or demos, since we've not seen them throughout the entire game. So I'm kind of looking at Mythics here, if he can do it a little bit more. But now an infield pass for Change, another shot for Mythics. Luckily for Journeyman, Samuel was there on the goal line to deny it. And Mythics again keeping the pressure here, going for the infield pass. Quick shot here from Jax on the goal towards the goal line. Sam luckily there to deny every opportunity. Change in the corner, not the best of touches, and it does look as if Journeyman have found something of a way to kind of contain how Yoruba is playing, but it's still not enough to equalize the game here.
No, I mean, you can see the Journeyman, they've changed back to their old ways. They're sitting back in their half, trying to soak up the pressure and then counter. But here is Jax with the reset, not actually getting it this time. Sammy out on the wall, getting the better of Mythics here. Change, he's got to get a good touch, and it is good enough as Jax does get there on the follow-up. Only one player to beat, goes over, crossbar down, 2-0. Beautiful control here from Jax. That is absolutely incredible.
And, you know, throughout this entire series already, we've seen some beautiful plays. A lot of team plays, a lot of accurate shots towards net, but not really a mechanical solo play. And there Jax, he went into the air, had to correct himself with air roll, and he did it perfectly to eventually throw it crossbar down in and extend the lead for Yoruba 2-0. And again, he's going into the air, has boost to work with. This time he wants to flip reset. He does get it, gets it under the defense. Slowly falling in, and it's 3-0 for Yoruba. Jax just 2 beautiful goals straight after each other, and Journeyman, they're struggling yet again.
Are we counting that as a flip reset? I don't know. I don't want to be the party killer here. I don't want to be the mood killer, but Jax, I don't know. And they're 3.
Well,
make that 2 goals up. Turtle here with the solo play this time. 51 seconds left. Do we think there's a chance here, Tabish?
It's gonna be a difficult one. if the Journeyman side can start linking up a little bit more and going for beautiful plays like this, just like Turtle did, then there's definitely a good opportunity here. And Sun winning the kickoff can already start something, but for them it's really important that they score now and that they're not waiting for the final 10 to 15 seconds, because then it's gonna be a very difficult battle as the final 30 seconds are slowly entering. And Journeyman, they're applying a little bit more pressure, but they're still struggling. But now beautiful infield pass, quick shot on target will be denied by Mythics as he gets the Savior medal. And Jax trying to keep it in midfield, or at least all the way into the other half. And the final 15 seconds, and I don't think Journeyman have a chance to bring it back here in game number 3.
No, I think that might be it here. I think that the win is secured here for Yoruba. The 3 goals from Jax is enough to put them ahead by 2, make that 1, so it does end up being a lot closer than you thought. However, it's 3-0 in the series. It's just going from bad to worse for Journeyman. Again, 3 games down. The best that they can do is get the next one, get that win on the board heading into the final stages of the season to try and get those play-ins places. But Yoruba, they're looking better and better as the games go on. The pressure was, it almost feels inevitable at this point that they're just going to dominate in every single series that they play. It felt like that ball was in the Journeyman half for so long in the opening half of the game, and long may it continue, I say. You predicted the 4-0. My prediction's already out the window with the 2-2. So it's on for you right now, Tavish. I see you celebrating, but we better hope that you're not celebrating too soon here. There could still be a chance for Journeyman to get 1 back in the series, but I mean, Yoruba, they're playing incredible.
Yeah, and obviously we can talk a lot about Yoruba as we've been doing mostly the entire series so far. But one thing that I definitely loved about Journeyman at the end of this previous game is just, yeah, they were throwing all men forward because they just wanted to get that goal at the end of the game. But the immediate player, no, the first player, he just leaves the ball, goes for the demo straight afterwards, and the second player, who was following pretty closely, just shoots afterward, not even aiming at one of the corners or really specific spots, but just the demo trying to create some chaos, and then a shot immediately afterwards. If Journeyman can kind of bring that more to the table, the disruption play, then there is a great opportunity for them to at least score first or score a couple more goals, because Yoruba, they didn't expect a demo and then an immediate shot afterwards. So maybe it's something to get that 3-1 scoreline for them, or go for something like this. Turtle trying to dump it down to Sen, and it was a great opportunity for a shot, but not enough to score. But things like that, just to create the creativity or disruption plays, they can definitely help Journeyman here.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, those sort of offensive patterns are what helped them get their goals in Game 1 and Game 2, and then Game 3 we saw them revert back to their defensive play style, but it didn't work out for them. They conceded 3 and didn't score until the final minute and a half of the match, where they did get 2 in the end, so it did seem a lot closer than what it actually felt like. But here we need to see more offensive pressure, but we just need to make sure that they don't overcommit, and they make sure that that third man stays back and only comes up as soon as they know that their teammate is either already behind them or ready to rotate behind them, as we see Sen trying to get a shot here. Jax on the counter, trying to get the 90-degree flick onto Change, but instead it's going to be Turtle. Does get the flip, not the touch though. Here is Sammy Mythics with the save this time. Jax going to play this one across. Turtle and Sammy both rotating back. Good touch from Sammy this time. Change going up. Surely gets the double. Down to it goes into the centre. Sammy with a touch. Turtle with a beautiful flick. Could be a chance for a goal here as he gets it past one. Changing that for the shot. And Sammy just with the missed touch. That could have been the opener here for Journeyman.
Yeah, and Journeyman definitely here in game number 4, they look different. They're more trying to find each other, and it's kind of throwing Yoruba off. It's still they're a dominant team, but they've not been able to start this game as they've done in the previous 3, where it's an early goal and just a lot of pressure. Journeyman's definitely making them fight for it, making the real struggle for Yoruba. And with this happening, I'm kind of hoping that Journeyman actually score first, because for the first time in this series, they're looking like a real team, pushing forward, and also, like you just said, the third man holding back, and then will score first. Sen with the 50 from the wall down. And Journeyman, 2:38 left on the clock, they get the opening goal.
Oh, there you see Sen closing down that sidewall, stopping the transition out. Those are the kind of challenges we want. They're anticipating the movement of the opposition, and this time it works to a T. There is a demo coming out here from Jax, but Sen with instant revenge change, forcing that shot goalwards. But Turtle does get the save. Sammy going up here. Jax getting a gentle touch. Needs to pick up the midfield boost too. Sen with a good touch there. Good 50 between Mythics. Turtle getting very awkward here. Change has room to chase into. Goes for the flick onto the crossbar. Bumps Turtle. And that is Change is just absolutely incredible. He's playing dirty Rocket League, but to us, it's beautiful Rocket League.
Yeah, and he removes Turtle from that goal line, just putting him in the most awkward spot. And there you saw Sen. He was there in front of the net, but he had to guess which way the ball was going. And Jax, obviously, every smart player, he throws it as far to the left as possible, where the defense is nowhere to be found. And then the goal will go in. Equalizer, as we have the final 2 minutes slowly entering. Journeyman slowly applying more and more pressure. Sen, quick shot on target after the infield pass from Turtle. And just like that, Journeyman in the lead again.
Yeah, they are, and that's an important lead as well. The key here is to hold on. 1:59 left. Still realistically a long time left to play. Will the defense hold on? Will they try and get one more? Maybe after a security goal, maybe they might try and sit back, play a bit more passive, try to soak up the pressure rather than allow it to get to them. Change going out onto the side here, but a good demo there from Turtle. Sen there. Jax gets the beat. Sammy down at the other side. Good touch off the backboard. Good follow-up touch too. No boost left. Change there with a good touch, but it does go backwards, so Turtle will keep the pressure on. Almost seeing a demo there, but Jax gets the save instead. Sen going for a solo touch, but it just goes straight to Mythics. There could be a chance here. No one back. Change. He just had to hit that one on target. Jax into the centre. Change trying to go for the bump this time. Jax keeping the pressure on. Good touch there from Turtle, but Sammy also went with him. That one's a tiny bit awkward here. 1:15 left. Sen with the shot just wide of the post. That one, it could have secured it here for Journeyman, but instead the pressure will stay on. Sen this time trying to get the better of Mythics, but he's just too strong.
Yeah, and Turtle already in the air trying to force a 50. Beautiful clear from Change here all the way into the other half. Sam, last man back, can easily receive the ball with Change, putting on a little bit of pressure. Mythics, quick shot towards the wall. Sammy luckily there to deny and wins the 50 straight afterwards to clear the ball all the way into the Yoruba half. Final 45 seconds happening. Could this be that Journeyman is taking a game here, or will Yoruba still equalize it? And we might see an overtime here, or maybe one of the two teams can just close it down in regulation. Jack trying to drop it down. But Turtle, beautiful save. Not the greatest stuff for Mythics. Open net for Turtle. And it does look like Journeyman is just confirming their win here in game number 4.
Oh, to you, Yoruba, that goal, it means a hell of a lot. They could have gone up to joint first had they won this series 4-0, but instead they're going to stay second place. One game win behind Arena Tribe in first, so that goal is very crucial. I mean, of course, there is still technically a chance for them to come back here, but with Sammy booming the ball downfield like that, it's going to be difficult. Change this time with the clear. Jax is going to try and get there, but a good touch from Sen. Down it goes to the backboard. Sammy missing the touch. Change with the pass downfield. Mythics with the shot this time. 0 seconds left on the clock, and it will be Journeyman taking that game 3-1. But it goes the opposite way around for the series score. Yoruba take this one 3-1 overall. Good performance from Yoruba. Fell off in the last game, but Journeyman, I mean, they finally showed up, but just too little too late.
Yeah, it might have been too late, but still for Journeyman to say like, hey, we've kind of been pushed around the first 3 games, and then in the final game to just step it up where it was needed and just change their gameplay completely to throw off Yoruba. It just shows that Journeyman, even though they lost, they're still a good team to play against, and hopefully in their final 3 weeks they can turn it around and join the top 6, because seeing them in playoffs or play-ins I should say, can definitely have a big impact on the other teams.
Yeah, well, Tabish, unfortunately for me and you, that's all that the stream is going to see from us. But the RSC stream does continue. The action does not end here. After the break, we will be joining you back. It will be Morris Sky and Tom Dillon joining you for the rival series again, this time in the other conference. Serene Meiji versus Nons.
I cry every time I'm not yours, but you're gone. I guess I'm paying the price, cause I wasted your time. It's about 503s killing me. You've left me all alone. I still can't sleep, I can hardly breathe. I'm dying on my own. My heart's in pieces, can we just reset everything we've done? It's about 503s killing me. I'm all alone, and I know I've lost you, I've lost you, and I know that there's no coming back, so I just stay sad. It's about 503s killing me. You've left me all alone. I still can't sleep, I can hardly breathe. I'm dying on my own. My heart's in pieces, can we just reset everything we've done? It's about 503s killing me, and I'm all alone, 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 alone,
Hey. Whoa. Hey. She making me go insane. Wanna see that my girls and I'ma change. Little shawty, I know she messing with my brain. Don't need no side, cause I got my man. She making me go insane. Wanna see that my girls and I'ma change. Little shawty, I know she messing with my brain. Don't need no side, cause I got my man. And I know it will never change. Gotta get through the struggle, going through the pain. Lately my bros been acting so strange. Run up on me, we gon' let it bang. Lately I've been chillin', been thrillin' for some time now. Gotta get my bag, I can't waste no time now. Gotta get my head up, I can't leave it down. Can't leave it down now. Getting my Benz higher than ever. Gotta make my family proud, I ain't feeling no pressure. Too much money on the table, I swear it's a treasure. Play with us, boo, we gon' put you on a stretcher. Sweep back, run it up for the team. Hit you with that bean, let me go and let it eat. This ain't no scheme. Ain't no scheme, ain't no scheme. Ay, ay, what you doing? Play me like a game. You stay the same, swear you looking like a lame. I'm feeling with fire, I can feel the flame. But you stay arguing, making me feel the blame. She making me go insane. Wanna see that my girls and I'ma change. Little shawty, I know she messing with my brain. Don't need no side, cause I got my man. She making me go insane. Wanna see that my girls and I'ma change. Little shawty, I know she messing with my brain. Don't need no side, cause I got my man.
close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to RSC EU. It's the third and final cast of the evening. We head down to the rival tier, the Glacies Conference, with Serene Meiji versus Norns. I'm Tom Dillon. Alongside me today is Maura Sky, and Maura Sky, this is going to be a very exciting game, I think.
It is indeed, and good to be back with you again, Tom. It seems like at the moment we seem to be partnering up quite well and doing quite a few ones. So it's good to be back with you in the casting booth. And yeah, this one is it's a pretty decent one to sort of finish off the night, shall we say? You know, two teams that are sort of in the tables. You know, they're at each end of the table, but you know, it's that sort of game where if it's sort of Meiji, who are sort of sitting in 8th at the moment, whether they can sort of have a good good time, should we say, and get their head in the game early doors, and they could just unsettle Norns, and who might be feeling a bit overconfident. So you know, it's one of those games, Tom. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think I had a run with Jamie towards the middle point of last season where we seemed to be stuck casting with each other, and well, now it seems to be you, Maura Sky, who's taken the reins. Obviously, pleasure as always, but as we look at the table here, 10 teams, you can see Serene Meiji sitting down in 8th. We've got Norns sitting in 2nd. The big news, of course, is that a single win here would take Norns up into the top of the table. They're a series in hand on Onka, who currently sit top, and well, they're on equal points as well, so that's going to be interesting. A sweep tonight would give them plenty of breathing room. As for Meiji, they need just well, 2 wins to get into those play-ins this evening, though of course plenty still to play for in this season, so not holding their breath just yet, but basically a series where arguably a draw would probably suit both teams quite nicely here.
It would do, but I know when you're sort of that close to the top of the table, top of the summit, I know Meiji, Norns, I think Meiji would love to be out there. They're not quite there just yet. But yeah, Norns, you know, they're on a good run of form at the moment. They're, you know, 28 wins under the bag, as you said. And, you know, the last 5 results, I think they've won the past 4 and drawn the 5th one. So, you know, this is, they're going to be feeling confident, and they're going to be looking to go for that pushing the summit. But, you know, on the other hand, Meiji, yeah, then I don't think in the past 5 they've won a game or won a series yet. They've had a bit of a stuttering couple of series, shall we say. But, you know, they've got players that have got the potential to cause an upset, and especially as well with the demos coming in, it might be one of those cases, you know, a bit of aggression, but just might put Norns on the back foot.
Debut as well tonight for Karika, potentially, for Norns, sitting there on the blank points now with a new thing on the V-Mix, but looking throughout the rest of the that side, it seems to be Resist Jaguar with the most goals so far this season. He may be an important player this evening. As for Louis, he's sitting there with 40 games played, 40 goals as well. Goal a game exactly, and an assist every 2 games. He could also be a very influential player for this side this evening. Definitely going to have to lead the line, I'd say.
He is indeed, and he's going to have to rely on Jan Lebob. Jan Lebob, what a name that is. I have to keep up his saving prowess, we say, with 67 so far. That's quite a good third man to have in your team. So it's like I said, I mean, Meiji, they've got potential, Tom, and it's that age-old adage, you know, if they can just keep Norns within touching distance early game, and just make sure they don't let it run away for them too soon, to sort of, you know, play the mental game might sort of play a factor if they do, then they've got every chance. And it's this sort of matchup where you just feel, you know, we just want to see which way it's going to go. So I mean, prediction wise, Tom, this is the big question. I'm going to ask you first, what are you going to go for?
Well, I have to remember what I've gone for. I said 3-1 to Norns in the preview, I believe. I hope when it pops up onto the screen. There we go, I did. Thank goodness for that. But no, I think this is going to be a game where they'll feel like they're going to run. I don't think they'll get the sweep, because I think obviously Serene know here how important getting a single point onto the board is going to be. But I think a 3-1 reasonably comfortable game for them may go to a game 4 where they just get beaten out to that sweep. But what you got for Oscar?
Well, a part of me just wants to believe that Meiji are going to absolutely destroy Norns. But on my last cast, I kind of got a bit overconfident. So I've kind of reverted back to my my stable 2-2 draw here. I just think, you know, they're gonna put in a good game, but I want them. I do want Meiji to cause the upset here. I just love an underdog, but you know, I'm playing it safe tonight. I'm going to say 2-2 for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think really 2-2 is a pretty safe bet given your record on these streams. Our record as well of casting 2-2 games. I sat on the fence the last 2 series though, so I can't really sit on the fence once again. But well, we're going over to Manfield 9, so I'm going to tell the teams to join up into the lobby. Oh no, we're never really told to join up. That was wonderful timing. And well, we can get into it. This should be a spectacular game, I think. It's Meiji in the blue, Norns in the red this evening. Kickoff is actually going to go the way of Norns, who now take it into the corner. Central it goes. Rubik's will try and receive just on centre field here. Put it back forward. This Jaguar takes a shot. It's just going to be the first save of the game from Louis. Down to the corner it goes. Big Hack and Fries will chase it down, and actually it's almost a chance for first goal of the game from Meiji.
What an opportunity that was for Louis. Just couldn't quite keep his shot down into the crossbar, and a couple of good chances for both teams. And here comes Big Hat and Fries. Didn't quite get on the end of that one, but so far at the moment, slight double commit there as well from Meiji. Just got to watch out for that. Just remember your fundamentals, lads, and keep Norns at bay. But so far, a couple of good chances each end of the field. But yeah, this one's looking like it's turning to be right now. Joker, he's coming in on the right side into the path of Chandler Bob, and there's our first goal.
It's the first goal, and slightly against the run of play actually. I'd argue it's going to go the way of the blue side, and it's that man with the spectacular name Chandler Bob able to get them 1 goal ahead inside of 50 seconds. We kick off again, and actually it's going to be them winning the kick-off once again. Serene Meiji leading the way then as we get into the 2nd minute of this game. Shaggy was going to chase it down, try and start the first real attack for them. Can't find the touch off the post on this occasion. Big Hack and Fries is going to try and get to this one. Rubik's in the end has to put it forward. Rubik's going here into the centre it goes, and it's cleared off the line by Joke. 3 minutes and 45 to go, and definitely a chance here for Norns to get back into this game. I think Meiji may just a little bit lucky on that first goal, really. I don't think it's something they'll be repeating throughout the course of this series. That being said, they've got an opportunity here. Here goes Jean Lebon once again. It'll be saved by Rubik's on this occasion. Jaguar will take possession off of him, but won't really be able to make any forward momentum as Big Hack and Fries has to take it down this left-hand side into Louis. Maybe chance for a shot, won't find it. Back to Jokey, who collects on his own baseline. Goes forward. Chance maybe for a shot. No doing there. 3 minutes to go in the game then, and maybe a chance here for Meiji. You take the shot, it's going to be up for Jalapov for the second, and it's saved by Big Hack and Fries.
What a save that was. I was on the edge of my seat, so I thought that one was going to be a double for Meiji to go 2-0 up, but what a save on the line that was by Big Hack and Fries. But yeah, they're playing well at the moment, Meiji. They seem like they've got a game plan and just trying to soak up some pressure, which was obviously going to come in from Norns, and you know, got to take a bit of luck when it comes their way, which they have done, and reached the halfway point. I think looking in, playing really well at the moment, but a shot coming in. Oh, unfortunate though. Oh my word, just when you thought they were looking quite comfortable-ish, Rubik's lovely shot, crossbar onto the back of Louis. That's unfortunate for Louis, he's going to be kicking himself, but well played, Norns 1-1.
That's what happens when you press, isn't it? You force the opposition into that mistake. Louis will try and avenge the mistake, though, as he goes forward here. Rubik's gets up to it. Louis will be able to chase down into the corner. I think he may have just run out of boost there for a moment, potentially. Jaguar has to take it away, slightly riskily playing it across the face of his own goal there. Big Hack and Fries here goes Jean Lebon. Not able to find anything on this occasion. Rubik's hasn't got any boost, has to go down the left-hand side. Teammate will take it away from centre field. Almost goes to Joke, actually, in the end. Joke takes a touch into the centre. It goes maybe Louis just a little bit behind him, and Jaguar can go forward. Looks over Jean Lebon. Jean Lebon touches it down. Big Hack and Fries with a goal.
Beautiful. I mean, it's an awkward one. Jean Lebon just trying his best to try and maybe send it into the corner. Instead, just pops it down, and Big Hack and Fries. Good read from him though to get straight onto that one and send it back into the net. And fair play, Norns. They didn't panic too early doors, and they've got it off the kick-off. My word, Jaguar. Oh, it's almost like They just knew this was going to come. Lovely kick-off, lovely read. And they've got a 2-goal advantage now, Norns.
Worth a lot of value for their lead, I think, as well. Fought hard for this one. A goal for each of the players on this team, all sitting around 300 points, apart from Rubik's, who's sitting there on 246. But a pretty decent performance here after that early scare. That being said, Meiji will try and get themselves back into this game. Mitten, 40 seconds to go. I think Akan Fries chases this one, goes to the left-hand side. Louis will bring it away into the centre. It may go. Jaguar able to get it cleared away, only as far as the man on centre field of Jean Lebob, who tries to go over the top. Rubix has to save once more, clears it away. For any regulation for him though, Rubix chases down. Left-hand side he goes into the centre. A shot comes in and Jaguar not able to get it on target. And Louis has to take it away and try and create an attack. 1 minute and 16 seconds to go. Able to find Jokey. Prods it forward once more. No goal just yet though. 1 minute and 9 seconds. Time definitely ticking away for them. Hakan Fries chasing it down once more. Beaten in the 50 in centre field as Jaguar takes it away once more. Joke now going forward, looks to go all alone. Almost gets the beating of his man, but the bump there just going to take the pace out of this attack. Maybe just take away whatever Meiji chance had in this particular game. Going back forward is Joke. Hakan Fries is on the line. Here's a shot and here's almost a goal. It will be a goal. Jean Lebob with a second of the game. And now they've got 40 tough seconds to try and salvage this game.
Yeah, indeed. Everyone's just thinking they needed something quickly because every second that ticks down, that's one less that they got to find themselves back into it. Joe nearly not able to get any power behind that shot there, but 8 seconds left. So they've got an opportunity now. They just got to make sure they just soak up this pressure that's going to come from Norns, and Norns have just got to make sure they don't do anything too crazy because they've still got that advantage. Big Hakan Fries, good touch there, and a lovely demo on the way out there by Jean Lebob, but gets done. His teammate's Joe gets done for that, and 15 seconds left. Unless we see some sort of amazing play, Tom, I don't think. Nearly shot himself in the foot there, but Joe. Oh, he's got open there. Jaguar racing back, sends it off the backboard there, and that was the opportunity for them. Just not able to get any power behind that one unless they keep this one alive. Hakan Fries going to make sure he tries to ground this one, which he does, and Norns. Oh, they came close there, but they managed to hold on and take the first game.
This Jaguar is now owed a bit by both of his teammates. That was a strong save to round out the game. He took 5 shots in that game. Did Jaguar, only able to convert one of them. But when you score 3 goals, 9 times out of 10, you're going to find yourself winning the game. And that's exactly what happens here with this Norns side. However, I think plenty in it for Serene Meiji to say, actually, we've got a chance at this series at least getting a point, and hopefully the 2 points that would take them into these play-in spots.
Yeah, I mean, they had Norns on sort of the amount of shots they had on target, getting 9 to Norns 7. I mean, that just goes to show, you know, that they've turned up, they're here to play. And like you say, you know, there were signs that they're, you know, that game could have gone a different way for them. But unfortunately, they just didn't quite convert all the opportunities that came their way. And fair play to Norns, you know, they converted the opportunities when they came. So, yeah, it's a close one, Tom, but Meiji, I think they just need a little bit more aggression. You saw it towards the end there, but a little bit more aggression just to try and maybe open up a bit more space on the Norns defence. And you never know, Tom. We might be in for a bit of a long slog this one.
Yeah, definitely. We'll wait and see. This could be a very, very long night for this Serene Meiji side, or it could be a very frustrating night for Norns if they aren't quite able to carry on in that from that first half of the first game and keep it up into this second. There's just a slight pause in the action here as we wait for both of the teams to get into the lobby. There seems to be a slight issue at the moment, taking a little bit longer than usual. But you see Serene Meiji getting back into this one on the Sky at all?
I do indeed. I mean, they got off to a good start. Yes, it was a bit of a lucky opening goal, but sometimes you just need that just to settle those opening nerves, especially when you're playing on stream as well, because it's always a difficult one. But they got that lucky goal, and then it just sort of seemed to build a little bit more confidence in them. And you know, they had good spells there where they're soaking up Norns offensive pressure, which we knew was going to be a factor in this game, because you don't you're not second in the table for no reason. You know, there's an offensive threat to Norns, but Meiji, you know, they played it well, and it's like I said, Tom. I think they just need a little bit more aggression, just a few more demos, which they have played throughout the season so far. You know, they've got a good amount of demos behind them, and if they just sort of lean into that a little bit more, get them on the rotations in and out, you never know what sort of opportunities might happen. But I mean, the other thing as well, Tom. I mean, why can't these guys? Why can't they go for a water break before we start the stream? Why leave it until just after the first game?
Well, when nature calls, Morrisco. I think it's the fact of us. Andy Murray was not able to go for a water break, but these guys obviously are. And I have to say, I also appreciate you giving a completely different answer, because I did realise halfway through my previous question, I had asked you that before. I just slightly rephrased it. But, well, there we go. We clearly, Serene Moshi can get back in to this game. But, well, that's my insightful questions. Sort of ran out for the evening. I hope we aren't too far away from the action here. And in fact, we're not too far away from the action, I say, as the players hesitantly join up in the lobby. There we go. Finally getting at least a 2v2 ahead of ourselves here. I hope they get in quickly. There we go. 3 and 3. This is more exciting than half of the games. Here we go then, back into it. Serene Meiji in the blue, Norns in the red, in case you'd forgotten. We get back underway, and in fact it's a wonderful kickoff from Norns. Not able to convert though just yet. They are 1-0 up in this series. Here's a chance for Meiji potentially. Jaguar now brings it away into the centre. It goes. Jaguar going forwards more, takes the shot, and it's just saved by Jean Lebarbe. And, well, it's a nervy start after such a long break.
Thing, and what an absolute bullet from the midfield. Rubik's again reads this one beautifully off the ceiling. Big hacking fries, just bailing out last minute, sets it up for Rubik, and what an absolute scorcher into the back of the net. And what a way to open, get the first goal of the game. Meiji just got to make sure they don't let it get to them, and just sort of recover after that long break in opening goal against them.
Now, Hakan Fries makes a little bit of a hash of this on the right-hand side. No harm done, though. Rubik's able to chase it down. Chandler Bob will try and bring it away. Here's a chance for Rubik's, who goes over one. Joke able to get it clear away, though. And down the left-hand side, he'll attack Big Hakan Fries. Able to stop the attack, and now he chases it down, trying to take a shot. Won't find it. 4 minutes and 7 seconds to go as Chandler Bob plays it into Louis. Louis takes almost a shot, beaten in the air by Jaguar. Do need to find themselves getting back into this game desperately here. Norns can't find themselves chasing for too long here. It is off of the post for Norns, I should say. Serene Meiji need to be avoiding the chase. Norns on top at the moment, though. Big Hakan Fries chases down off of his baseline. And you just sense that it may be getting away from them very quickly here, Serene Meiji.
Oh, yeah, and Louis almost teeing that one up for Rubik's there. It's not what you want to be doing, but here it is again. It's off the ceiling. Chandler Bob didn't quite read the pass on that one, but they seem to be doing all right at the moment. Not right now. They're not. They're chasing this one back, but it's going to just fall wide of the post, and Joke making sure that Rubik's doesn't have any ideas of sending that one on target again. But Jaguar almost getting the beautiful 50 there, sends it into the midfield again, into par for Rubik's. Lovely touch from in. Jaguar over the crossbar. And not able to keep it down, but they're keeping up the pressure here, and just over 2 minutes played, and Meiji's definitely on the back foot.
Definitely. And Norns continuing this dominant pace they've shown throughout this season to try and further extend their lead now that they've gained at the top of this table. Here goes Big Hakan Fries down the left-hand side. Teammates for support in the centre. Might find one, but it's just there.
Oh.
Shot comes in. Oh! And shot's going to go in. And Serene Meiji are back in the game.
What happened to the defense? That Norns, they're just pushing way too hard, trying to find that second goal, and it's just beautiful shot there from Joe. You have to make sure you hit the target, which he did. And as we hit the halfway point, we was as you were, Tom, and I thought Meiji were looking on the end of getting absolutely beaten down from Norns there, but it's not the case.
No, definitely a close series ahead of us. Jaguar will look to go forward once more. Jean Lebron brings it away into the centre Off the pitch it goes. Rubik's not able to really get to it. Big Hack and Fries makes a little bit of a hash of it. Won't be able to find Joke at the far post. And now Big Hack and Fries tries to chase it down once more. Jaguar has to get it clear. They have got their backs against the wall now, Norns. Something they haven't really had to experience so far this series. Here's a chance. It's going to be followed up by Rubik's. And he's just about saved his team for the time being. Meiji not on level terms for long. 43 seconds and Rubik's gets them back ahead.
Chandler Bob's going to be absolutely kicking himself. It's one of those ones where it's an awkward read off the back wall there. He didn't quite get the read on it. Completely misses it and it just falls nicely into the path of Norns. They sent it in the back of the net and they were doing so well there, Meiji. They had a good spell of offensive pressure and unfortunately get done on a slight counter there. And as Jaguar going up for this one, getting about the 50 off the post even. And Big Hack and Fries orders up another serving of whatever it is he's having. Probably chips in the burger, judging by his name. Sends it in the back of the net. And there we go again. We see Norns taking a 2-goal advantage.
We do, and just when you think that it's a close game, Norns seems to just about get to his might be trail of the week, and it's, well, able to save his pride. That being said, Louis going to try and chase it in, won't find it, and clears away out to the midfield. Down the left-hand side it goes. Big Hack and Fries chasing it down into the centre. It goes. Chance for Jaguar. Jaguar takes the shot, and it goes slightly wide. Still into the centre for Rubik's. Rubik's can't redirect it to a teammate. Meiji really up against it now. Off of the backboard it goes. Unable to follow it in there. Big Hack and Fries. Louis, England livery card. Not going for him this evening. So far may have found opportunities to go. Only 1 goal behind. Not able to do so just yet. Jaguar goes back forward. 4 may just settle this game. No doing just yet though. I do think Norns really have just controlled this game quite nicely.
They have indeed. They've definitely putting on some pressure here, and it's just they're basically capitalising on a few mistakes that have just crept in the Meiji gameplay, and that's the difference between sort of the top and the lower teams. Is when the mistakes and opportunities come your way, you make sure you hit the back of the net. And they managed to do that on this occasion. And Meiji just seemed a little bit unlucky. You know, they're playing well, Meiji. It's almost unfair that they're down. A lovely shot there by Chandler Bob. A good save on line by Hack and Fries. But I feel sorry for Meiji. I've got to say, they've been playing good rotations. You know, just trying to play their own game. But unfortunately for them, as we almost get the 3rd goal here, just to cement the victory. Just to rub salt in the wound, it seems. Jaguar getting the win there for Norns in the 2nd game.
I think about fair. I think you've hit the nail on the head there, Mortsky. Actually, they haven't really found themselves playing significantly better than the opposition here, Norns. But I do just sense maybe this is a case of they're a little bit better as a team, if you know what I mean. This is just the difference between the top of the table team and a mid-table team, perhaps, where you can be playing an all-right game as Serene are here and just not quite able to take it to that next level and overcome the opposition.
Yeah, no, exactly. And with a 63% field domination, you know, it just goes to show you, you know, that's Norns sort of controlling the game, controlling the tempo. Yes, Meiji, you know, has some good spells in that when they could have brought themselves back into it, but. Actually, you know, Chandler Bob's probably going to be kicking himself. You know, that miss off the back wall there to allow the Norns, you know, to go 3-1 up or 2-1 up, whichever one it was. You know, it's those moments, those key moments in games that can really sort of play on the mental game. And he's just got to dust themselves off yet. You know, they got to fight for the draw. They got to fight for my prediction here, Tom. And I'm sure they'll do me proud and bring it back. But at least, you know, if they can get at least 1 win out of this, then it'll do them a world of good going forward for, you know, for the rest of the season.
Well, this is much of the reason that I gave my 3-1 prediction, because I just think Serene have got enough here to pick up a win. I don't think this is a sweep series. I still stand by that. And I think given the importance of that win for them, I still back them to do so. They'll need a big performance here, though, in Sovereign High. So winning the kickoff definitely helps. As Chandler Bob will chase down, it pops up nicely for Joker. Will try and do something here out of midfield. Big Hack and Fries, though, has to get it cleared away. Rubik's will start the first attack for his side in this game 3. Chandler Bob eventually able to bring it away. Leaves it for Louis. Slight miscommunication. Won't give Louis much of an opportunity. That being said, it's a nice air dribble to try and take it forward. Shot comes in from Joke, but he was more keeping it alive on the backflip rather than anything else. Chandler Bob now going forward himself. Down the right-hand side. Rubik's is there. Rubik's will, of course, get to it. Louis trying to just clear his lines. Goes slightly towards the rear. Now shot comes in. Chandler Bob will try and get it clear, and does get it clear fairly well. Pretty easy clearance for him. Louis now tries to shadow this one, rotates back. Big Hack and Fries looks to take it away, ends up popping up quite nicely. Jaguar able to clear it once more. Outside, able to find a way through. Chandler Bobs clears the first shot of the third game. Second shot of the third game, I should say. First shot for Norns, who once again aren't looking strong in this game, Mora Sky. But I don't think they've looked strong particularly throughout the course of this series. That being said, they haven't quite almost lost the lead like that so far, apart from maybe game one. But I still sense that maybe this is theirs to win. It is the shot. Chandler Bob clears once more.
Yeah, I mean, no one's there. We see it so often, you know, teams that sort of take an early 2-0 advantage. It's almost like they just kind of relax a little bit. You know, the edge goes from their game because they know they've got a little to draw. And Rubik's having to make sure he got something on the end of that one. Otherwise, Louis was straight in on target. But yeah, the edge just doesn't seem to be with Norns, but they're still controlling this at the moment. And Meiji are just not quite connecting as well as they have been. You know, 2 minutes gone, 0-0. Next goal probably definitely going to be a big factor in which way the momentum shifts in this game.
Almost was a goal, but Jaguar, if you think all the way back to game one with that influential save almost at the buzzer, it's another influential save here, given how tight this one's going to be. Here's the shot that comes in. Rubik's now with his own influential save, and Chandler Bob will try and work something out of the corner. If they can't quite get this clear, they do eventually. Jaguar not actually able to get it clear, I should say. He didn't really get the connection onto it. Out of the corner it goes though, up the other end. Now a chance for Chandler Bob to get it clear and have a brief spell on possession. Resist Jaguar wins the 50 out to the other blue corner. Big Hack and Fries not really able to do much with it, and now it's Suri Meiji who bring the ball forward and over the top of Rubik's almost. Rubik's just able to get onto it now. Jaguar goes all alone, runs into Rubik's and not really able to pull off the team play there. For the time being, into the centre it goes. Now a shot from Louis. Louis surely with a chance to get the goal. It's just getting back to it. It's Jaguar again.
What a clutch save. That one was almost like he was going to creep in, but Jaguar somehow pulling one out of the bag there and making sure Meiji don't get any sniff of the goal. Well, lovely save from him, and here comes Louis now. There's a good little bit of pressure coming in from Meiji, but they've just got to be careful. Norns are still a dangerous team, and they don't want to give away a clear opportunity by a simple fundamental mistake, which Rubik's is finally... Oh, why did I say anything, Tom? I feel like that's my fault. The caster curse, just what I said. And the slight double commit there from Meiji, just allowing Rubik's an easy shot on target. Easiest opportunity he's going to get all series, it seems. And why did I say anything? That word.
Well, case in point, I think right there we're talking about fundamental mistakes, and now once again Meiji are finding themselves up against it in this series. Louis able to get a save to avoid the damage getting much worse. That being said, this is a real opportunity. Louis does well once more to get the clearance. They really are peppering now Norns, and they're coming forward in numbers. That being said, Rubik has to track back to this one. Keeps alive just towards the halfway line. Now goes down the left hand side, out of boost as well. Can't pick up that small pad for a second. Jaguar has to give support to his teammate. Mind you, he's not got a great deal of boost either. Big Hack and Fries into the centre. It pops up nicely in the goal, and Meiji just able to survive for the time being. Jaguar gets round to this one though, and it's the other end that they need to be right now. Meiji out in midfield. Big Hack and Fries wins the 50, takes a shot, and Joke able to get it cleared away. I don't think it will go down as shot credit in the end. Here's Louis down the left-hand side, he goes, looking to attack the flank, does do so. Hack and Fries able to bring it away, stopped in centre field by Chandler Bob. He gets a demo on Jaguar. This might just be the space. No boost for Louis, and just fizzles out the attack once more. Now Hack and Fries on the overcommit, able to take the shot. Rubik's follows it up, and they both missed it.
Oh, well, somebody's just hit the back of the net, why don't you? Come on there. As Chandler Bob trying to take this one to the air, in spot for Louis. Not able to get on the end of that one as Jaguar beats him to the 50. Just caught up on the right hand side here. They got to find something quickly. Joe, but he's lost out on a 50, and that one's going to get grounded. And Norns, that was. I tell you what, this is a series of two halves at the moment. First two games, very high tempo, lots of good opportunities coming in. And that one just seemed like both teams almost taking the foot off the gas a little bit. As you see there, not as many shots coming in, 6 and 5 apiece. But yeah, Meiji just. You know, it's almost like Norms are just feeling comfortable. Yes, you know, their edge kind of went from a little bit, but they just looked, you know, comfortable. They weren't, you know, bothered by any attacking prowess that Meiji could sort of throw up. There was a couple of clutch saves, don't get me wrong, but it just felt like a comfortable game for them. And Meiji, I mean, I think just one demo in that entire game just goes to show you, you know, they just didn't have it in there, and it's unfortunate. But you're on for your prediction, though, Tom.
I am. Potentially. I think I almost went 4-0 actually, you know. I almost went 4-0. Didn't in the end. But it's all about almost. I was thinking Rocket League, if you're able to win 1-0, it's almost, I think, as impressive as winning 4 or 5-0 because you've had to defend so well. I mean, they faced 5 shots in that game, did Norns. A couple of clutch saves as well. It was really good organisation. I think that's where the impressive bit is. They didn't offer a great deal in attack. They could have scored 2 or 3 quite easily, but they didn't offer a massive amount in attack. They were able to just defend reasonably well, and I think that is hugely important.
It is indeed, but you know, it's not over for Meiji. I mean, you know, this was kind of like their series, a series in hand, if you like. You know, after this one, there'll be level series played with Mystics and Charlie, who are just above them. So if they can get a win in this final game, that just might give them a little nudge. And you know, it's the point of the season where every win counts. So you know, still very much to play for here. But Jaguar almost had all the time in the world to get some sort of a shot on, and in the end, probably just absolutely baffled by how much space he had on that one. But yeah, still plenty to play for though, Meiji, is what I'm trying to say.
Plenty to play for indeed, as Joke here looks to try and turn that dream into a bit of a reality. We'll lose possession to Rubix, who goes central for Big Hack and Fries. He takes a shot, and Chandler Bob with yet another important save. He has been a standout player for his side in this series, I think, as we almost expected going into this one. Not really offering too much in attack, though. It's been largely in the defensive half. Big bump from Joke. He's going to give a chance maybe up the other end. Was this Jaguar slays it up for a teammate. Rubix is going to try and take a shot, and Chandler Bob there once again to get the clearance away. Joke now going forward down the left-hand side. He goes, and he's going to chase down. Boost for Jaguar. Rubix takes it away in the end. Hack and Fries keeps it alive, gets the beating of the man in the centre of the pitch, and Chandler Bob chases down once more. Once again, Serene Meiji looks to be almost dominating this game. Not able to find the net just yet, though. Here's Louis, and Jaguar with a very routine looking save. This one pops up. No one able to follow it in, and no one able to follow it in once more. Louis misses as well. Jaguar now, Chandler Bob, I should say, takes a shot. He missed 2.
The net wide open, and nobody on Meiji able to get a shot on target, and golden opportunity goes begging. They still keep up as possession though, with now with Louis on the right hand side. Not going to be able to get on the end of that one. Jaguar straight on it, but Joke, oh my word, I still can't get over that. The 3 golden opportunities and then balls coming back the other end, and almost again getting done on the counter attack. Louis got to make sure he gets some sort of shot on target, but just not again. Not able to get that finishing touch. Good 50 from in though. Chandler Bob's going to get on the end of that one. Can Rubix get on the end? No, he can't. And it's in the back of the net finally for Meiji. Just as approaching the halfway point, and I didn't think that was going to happen there for a moment.
Now, I'm no statistician, more Sky, but I would make this as a streak of 2 correct predictions from me. One last week, and now a second one this week. That being said, Norns are very dangerous, and they have trailed in this series before. That being said, they might not have had trailed by 2. Big Hack and Fries is going to get to this one in midfield. Just about avoid conceding a second. Norns, they are top of the league now, and that's an important thing for them. The question is, can they go 4 points into the lead of this table? That George the Joke is going to take it forward, I should say. He won't be able to. Jaguar wrestles possession off of him. Rubix is in the centre field once more. Shot from Big Hack and Fries, and a goal! It's an organised and a neat roll into the centre of the goal. And That is just such a lovely shot. No one out.
Chandler Bob, what were you thinking? He was the last man in front of the goal. He had to put some sort of challenge on and decides, no, I'm going to rotate back post and just open up. I don't know whether that's a miscommunication, but that is just not what you want to be giving away as you're sort of approaching into the second half of the game here. But all square as you were, back from the top. As Rubix gets the read on that one. Oh, no! Oh, just, you said it, Tom. I mean, you know, we've seen them sort of come from behind previously in the series, and they've done it again here, Norns. And it's almost, I'm gonna say, it's self-inflicted from Meiji. They had it, and then they lost it. Simple as that.
It's into the centre, maybe it goes. Meiji will get it clear away. Jaguar able to play it out, maybe to a teammate. Rubix will try and get back to it. It's going to be Big Hacker Fries. It was the last man has to clear the lines rather nonchalantly. In the end, into the centre it goes. Jake won't get to it. Jaguar will, and now Chandler Bob has to clear once more. Jaguar goes up for it once more. Not able to find much just yet. A minute and 21 seconds to go. One goal here. It's all that Meiji needs to keep this series alive for the almost. And there won't find it. Joe takes a shot and Joe won't find it. Louis will.
I mean, talk about making it hard work on yourselves there. Joe just had to get some sort of a touch. Absolutely amazing flick off the post. He'll probably say that's calculated. I say that's just very fortunate, but you got to take the luck when it comes, and they certainly have done. Brought themselves back into this one, and fair play. You know, I thought they might have completely fluffed their lines, but they're keeping themselves in, and we've got a minute left to play, Tom.
We've got a minute left to play, and anything can happen in even 10 seconds in this. I think it might just. Here goes Jaguar. Downfield he goes. Chandler Bob takes a shot almost. It's made a hash of in the clearance. Joe follows up. Joe won't find it. Jaguar able to get the save. Off of the corner it goes now. Louis keeps it alive. Plenty of boost for him. Out, I should say. Chandler Bob has to track back and clear it away on his side. 40 seconds now to try and find something either side. It's either going to be a sweep here from Norns, or it's going to be a single point for Meiji. Such an important point at this stage in the season as well. As Chandler Bob here will try and take it forward. He does take it forward. Goes back to their own baseline though. Louis will try and chase down. 17 seconds onto the clock now. Jaguar able to not really clear his lines. Plays it out to Big Hack and Fries. 10 seconds to go. Can he find something all alone? Big Hack and Fries. No, Rubix might be able to. He takes a shot. Joe not able to get to it. Chandler Bob has to chase down, and dare I say it, we may just get an overtime here, and we will.
God, talk about, you know, leaving it until the last game. But they're putting all the cards on the table now. You know, this is it for Meiji, do or die. But Norns will be wanting that clean sweep. They want to make sure that they finish on a high and cement their place firmly at the top of the table. And they might just get it here, and they have! Oh, again, I feel like I shouldn't have said anything. I feel like that was kind of a caster's curse, but nevertheless, lovely play there by Jaguar into the path of Big Hack and Fries, who just had to get something on there, which he does, into the back of the net. And Norns take the victory, clean sweep. There we have it.
Well, it was a dominant series from them, but it definitely was not a battering here from Norns. Meiji in that game right up until the very last second, I'd say. But, well, obviously the very last second with the overtime. But there we go. The favourites are going to come out on top. And on paper, they'll come out on top. And in the history books, out on top in a very, very emphatic fashion. But I don't think that tells the whole story.
No, it really doesn't. And it's almost... There's certain points in that where you can see the difference between, you know, like you said earlier, Tom, the difference between a top table and a mid-table team. You know, Norns, they seemed a lot more tighter as a unit. You know, there were certain moments when Meiji just, they had a good game plan from the start, but when it kind of fell away from them, there was almost like the occasional panic. You know, little mistakes came in, and it was just those little mistakes where you got a tight unit like Norns who just capitalise, got the ball in the back of the net, and ultimately, you know, it's those fine margins which has resulted in them coming away with the series victory. But it really wasn't a 4-0. It wasn't a walkover, which I feel really bad for Meiji. But there you go, Tom. I mean, How do you feel about it all?
Well, I said this a lot towards the end of last season. I think I stand by. I think your philosophy when you're one of those teams that's clearly mid-table, I mean, no offence to Major, they played very well, but when you're clearly mid-table and you've got an opponent that's obviously better than you, who obviously are now top of the league, they had a series in hand, and we knew realistically they were going to go top of the league today, and they have done. They've only lost 1 in 5, no draws in that as well. I think you've got to be looking at it and go, what can we realistically get from this? We know we're probably not going to win the series. We know a draw would probably be a good result for us. I think you've just got to say, we need to get a point out of that. And I think here, when you're fighting for that magical 6th spot, you need to be getting points out of the teams who are clearly better than you. And I think it will be a frustration for Meiji. They haven't been able to do that today. And I think maybe it's going to be an opportunity that they go on to rue, especially taking into that overtime. And I think if you want to stay alive in the competition, that's how you've got to approach it. I think it's desperately unlucky for them that they haven't.
It is indeed, and we're getting very close towards the end, and there's not many games left in it, so I'm going to keep an eye on this one. It's going to be interesting because it's still very tight there, and certainly Mystics and Fearless Charlie will be thanking their lucky stars that Meiji didn't come away with that crucial point. But before we sign off, I'm gonna quickly interject, Tom, and thank the sponsors as we kind of forgot to do that last time. So Sanctuary, Shaman Esports, Synthesized Design, Dead Dinosaurs, T-Mill, Panthera Esports, HyperX, Gamers Apparel, Badass Studios, and of course, if you ever want to get any sort of lovely merch, like this fine mug here, which I've been sipping a cup of tea from, then head over to Gamers Apparel, and that's where you find a load of RSC stuff as well as a load of other team stuff. There you go, Tom. I got that in before we disappeared from tonight. So any final words from you?
Well, I'm glad you got them all in, because I forgot, to be honest with you, once again. I'm going to get kicked off these final streams of the evening. But no, I think thank you very much for joining me, Morris Guy. Thank you, everyone, very much for joining us on the stream. Let me just quickly get up the schedule for Sunday, I believe, is our next stream on RSC. It is indeed Sunday. You can watch Zulu versus Deception, Radiant versus Iova, I should say, and then Dojon versus Severance. That's from 7 o'clock once again to 9 o'clock UK time. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. We'll see you on Sunday, and what a spectacular night of Rocket League once more. Good night.